whoever's saying that I will play spookies again, you lie. Listen, I'm not worried. There's no such thing as a level 6 hype train. There's no such thing. I don't have to play spookies again. We're fine. I'm not finishing spookies. I will not. I won't touch that game. Maybe in a year. Maybe. But no, I don't know. That game does something special to me in that it brings out the worst. Venom. Good evening. What are y'all doing? We just finished the subathon. You won. We did it. We got through all the goals. We don't have to do this anymore. We don't have to. You don't have to give me subs. This is fine. You don't gotta do anything. You did it. Anyway, kept my word. Good evening. How's it going? I am thankful that this doesn't go to level 6. Oh, I am so thankful this does not go past level 5. You have no idea how good my heart feels knowing that I might never play spookies again. Maybe. We shall see, honestly. Venom, thank you for the 25 gifted subs. Excuse me, jeez, I had 2 huge burritos before this, so you'll have to excuse me. Frankenhoovie, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. You mad lad, my gosh. What are y'all doing? Jaded, welcome back. How's it going? Miss Saturday, but here now. Happy to see you. You came at a good day. We're gonna be learning. I'm gonna be teaching. The thing I thought I was gonna be doing when I was 15. I went, yes, I will become a teacher, and I'll be good at this. And thankfully, I didn't. Honestly, I don't wanna do. I hate presentations. So I'm clearly in the right industry. We're streaming. That's not like presenting at all, is it? I don't want to stand in front of 25 to 30 kids every single day and expose myself, just emotionally put my heart out there, do my best to try to teach, and then have them be like, oh, this teacher sucks. I would cry. I would just cry. Yo, teach, what do we learn? We're learning how to become a VTuber, kiddies. Strap in. It's a wild ride. You get to learn all the ins and outs. We're going to be sticking with fairly simple models. Nothing incredibly complex, but I will include parameters if you are interested in doing iPhone techniques, meaning mouth X, so this bad boy. Sticking out your tongue, that's a fun one. It is the most complicated part, so don't sweat it. Things are going to get complicated. And then cheek puffs, so it's good. It's a good time. Goblin Bros. Wait, I'm already a VTuber. Should I go? No. If anything, this is even better, because whether you make your model or not, this is a good insight into how one is made and why, if you're commissioning, it might be more complex to do certain things that you might not be aware of. Redeem noise? Not sure if anyone else heard it, but I didn't. Yeah, you know what? For now, I'm gonna turn off pause redeems. Pause soundwords. Because I think something's broken with them. They're not working. I am so sorry about that. I tried to fix it, but I'm not sure what happened there. For now, we'll have to turn off sound alerts. Besides, we don't want anything distracting from this class. We're here to focus and learn. Also, Flex, thank you. I'm glad you like the dress. John, welcome back. 10-month hype this week. You're gonna make me blush. Thank you. And Cameron, thank you for another gifted sub. Oh geez, Necrobeard, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That's a lot. Whew. Old Knock, thank you for the 100 shines. I'm so sorry if I missed your messages. I got a little distracted. My brain's thinking about all the fun stuff I get to show y'all. I get to show you how it works. Turn your phone off, chat. Class is starting. You're right. Class is in session. I would have put glasses on, but couldn't find one big enough for my eyeballs. I got big eyes. What can I say? Dragonhead, welcome to the tavern. I hope you're doing well. This is actually a classroom today. We're changing it up. And White Cloud, welcome back. It's only 4 months, but it feels like a year. Thank you for showing us that there are truly genuine beings in this world. Guess I can speak for us when I say you're an all-around amazing person, no matter if you may be humble about it. Keep being you, God. Thank you, White Cloud. Thank you. Dark Dead, thank you. When I saw the title stream has "Do you want to be a VTuber?" my immediate thought was, do I? Can I be entertaining enough to pull it off? A little bit of a sidetrack thing, not quite related to rigging, but related to VTubing. If you think you are not interesting or you don't have the chops to be a VTuber, just try it. Like, try PNG tubing for sure. If you enjoy it, that's the important thing. Because, like, I did not think I had the ability to perform. Just because I have no experience in it. I've never been in theater. Well, I did once in grade 4, but that doesn't really count. I had like one line. I was more of a behind-the-scenes person. A lot of my friends were in drama, so I got to help them out with their costumes. It was great. But I had performance anxiety. I still do, actually. I was really scared before jumping on this stream. It doesn't ever go away. I don't know why. It just never goes away. It sucks. But yeah, if you don't think that you can do it, I would say give it a shot. Don't limit yourself to what you believe you can or cannot do until you've tried it. Jonty, I love the work you've done on your model of Bridges. Thank you. Yeah, it's fairly new. I'm still working. This is my first model with it, so the lip sync's really good. I like it, and the eye parameters are really, really nice. I can do a lot of fun stuff with it. But yeah, we won't be digging into VBridger. It's much too new and it's much too complex. Your model doesn't really need it. It's more of, if you are interested in the technology, you can look into it later. For now, we're gonna focus on basics. You would absolutely be one of the fun teachers all the kids like. I would hope so. I would hope so. I used to do coaching, so maybe that's where the talking in front of people skill came from. Model commissions are so expensive, but for good reason. There's a lot that goes into it and they're very high quality. Yeah, Bread. Definitely. How about extra limbs? We can go over extra limbs. It's actually quite simple. I can explain it further on, but if you want something like Juniper's model or a model with multiple limbs or multiple toggles that turn on and off, that is something that we can go over. I can show it to you pretty easily. Do you have a teachery voice? Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly the vibe I wanted to go for today. Rayrek, welcome back. 9 months, 3 to go. Almost a year. We're almost there, baby. And Zariel Hayes, welcome. Happy Monday. And Disco Dog, thank you for the prime. Bullet Hail, thank you. Vtubular Butt Milk. I love that. I love that so much. And Dark Dead, thank you. Bait Dragon, welcome. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Learning from a Goblin, one of the better kind of short stack. There are a couple. Goblins are most well known. Gecko, I'm so sorry you're watching this on mobile, by the way. First year I've been able to catch for a few months, but I'm so amazed how much your model has changed. Makes me want to get my model done by you even more. That is, I am planning on opening commissions. Not, hold your horses, not until summer though. I need a break. I worked really hard on this model. My wrists are getting a little bit tight, and to avoid getting carpal tunnel or any serious injuries, I'm gonna be taking it real easy. We're gonna be taking it easy. Guy, I will make everyone a VTuber if it's the last thing I do. But out of curiosity, how much do you think it would cost to commission a 2D stone golem avatar whose face is his body? I think it would cost about the same as a regular model. But you would have limited rotation based on how well your model artist can rotate a body. There are different limitations depending on what design you're going for. For the most part, I'm going to be focusing on a fairly humanoid design because I'm just been making a chibi model of myself because that was a subathon goal that we reached very quickly. Onyx, can you believe this Goblin's sharing secrets for free? Me neither. She obviously forgot to put up her price sheet, so let's just throw inconsistent amounts of money. Shh. No. That's not how this works, Onyx. I give money for free, but you do your own labor. See, it's not entirely free. I can show you how to make your own model, but you gotta do the work. You get your own homework. See, it's just like school. I have a Harpy Strix character that I want to get made, just saving up. Ooh, that's cool. Harpies are really fun to draw. I love drawing feathers. I don't get to draw them enough. I used to draw angels all the time when I was in high school. I was an edgy kid. It was great. That's where my art skills came from, just edginess and manga. Bill Cypher, I would become one if my computer wouldn't explode when it goes over 60 FPS. So you actually can control the FPS in VTube Studio, the program I use to run this model. You can make it sync up and be as high quality as possible, or you can move it down to like 30 FPS. I think there's another, I think 45 FPS is the other one, but like you can make it less. There are ways to make lighter models. This current model I have is the heaviest one I've ever made, and that's because it has so many pieces. We're gonna be keeping it light. We're gonna be keeping it pretty light. What if I'm exceedingly stupid with computers? That's okay. I am also not great with computers. I watched so many tutorials on how to do this that it kind of just worked after a while, after me messing around. Are you missing his glasses? I wanted to get glasses so bad. I was gonna make custom glasses that I could toggle on and off. Ran out of time. That's okay. There's always time in the future. J-Dub, welcome back. Sorry I couldn't be here for the anniversary stream. Was at work due to my new schedule. But before I sleep, I got another long shift tomorrow. Wanted to give you an anniversary gift that didn't get a chance to. Happy belated anniversary. Thank you, J-Dub. No worries, it's totally fine. I hope work's treating you well. Bully Hill, definitely gonna watch this VOD later? Yeah, that's a good idea. Will the VOD be available on YouTube? Yes, I put all my VODs to YouTube. I think there's only one VOD I haven't put up on YouTube, and that's because it's been copyright claimed, and I'm trying to figure that out, but eh. Dreckenwolf, I just started learning how to use Blender and Unreal Engine. Nice, that's hard. Oh, geez, Jada. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so kind of you. We reached all the goals, so we're gonna... Turns out I'm gonna be goth. The next model is gonna be goth. Coaching of what? I coach soccer, as well as a bit of field hockey. Gary, time to learn. We're gonna be learning a whole bunch today. No sound alerts because for some reason they're not actually showing up. Like I can't hear them, and neither can chat. So I don't want y'all wasting your bits. I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. I might just have to uninstall the extension, then reinstall it just to see if it works. Gecko, honey, I've been watching a whole Euromobile. I'm used to... Gecko. Well, I guess if you're used to it. One comic guy, welcome back. Been sub for 6 months. Oh gosh, 6 months really does fly by. Whew. Wooden Goblin, been working on a Chibi Beetle Tavern for the last few months. I can already tell the stream's gonna help so much. It's gonna be fun. Hey Mariak, what's up? Kirby started rigging my model last week, so good luck to anyone else going through this process. It's gonna be interesting. Sherlock, yes, there is actually a way to have your eyes change color live. That is something you can do. There's a bunch of tricks in VTube Studio that can change the lighting of your model, but there are also ways you can do it in the rigging. So we can go over some toggles, and I can kind of show you how to do it. For now, we'll focus on pretty basic stuff. Gary, absolutely crushed goals. Y'all absolutely destroyed my goals. My brain was sort of like, maybe I should have set them higher, but I also didn't want y'all spending too much money because 1,400 subs is a lot of subs. I do not want y'all spending too much money on me. I want you to make sure you take care of yourselves first. The goals were plenty. Goth Cup? Yeah, so the winner of the poll, meaning the full body model outfit that I will be doing after the Divine and Demon model, will be a Goth model. And then guess what? After this, we are going to vote. I'll put another poll on Twitter, but we're going to vote on what outfit the Chibi model that I'm currently working on is going to have. Because today we're going to be working on the base. The base model is probably the most important part of the model. The outfit's nice and important, but the most important part is the base, which includes the face and the head. That's going to be the thing that we have put the most work into. You put no sound alerts in the title. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I'll just quickly put that. I swear I can spell. It's not alerties. Nope. There. Keep the D there. Snack's just coming out for a visit. Safe. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Now y'all can see that there are no sound alerts. Because unfortunately, they decided they don't want to work. Pesca, thank you for the hydrate. And Thorvald, thank you for the breathe reading. Smiling fish food. I'm late. Have I missed it? Nah, you haven't missed anything. We're just about to start. I'm just going through redeems right now. And Disco Dog, thank you for the posture check. Whew. Fontaine, thank you for the earbuds. J-Dub. Last interruption, I swear. I know to go with my anniversary gift. Thank you, J-Dub. Jaunty. Here on Twitch is one of the main artists who has massive experience with live toggles and VTube Studio, etc. Oh, Scylla. Yeah, Scylla's models are beautiful. There's so many good artists like Novag, the Art Gun, Diariku. Absolutely astounding riggers. They're so cool. Perkiest Goblin ever. I'll stream at 5 a.m. so that my voice is dead. I'll sound like Raven. Actually, that sounds like a real good look. That's an idea, actually. Hey, look at my little baby. Look at his neck. You're not gonna see much of him today since I will have the board up, so we'll get a load of him while he's here, and then I'll put him down and we can focus on the lesson. He's a little distracting. Does this cute little goblin have a weapon design? I'll flip the forge it. Ooh. I'd probably use a warhammer. Honestly, I don't have enough experience to use a blade. Or a spear. Spears are pretty simple, right? I have no combat experience. I don't know how to fight. Music is louder than me? Dang it. That's a shame. Oh, let me turn that down a little bit then. Garrett, sorry if you already read this. Had to step out. I'm sitting grumpy at a family gathering. I checked my phone to see this dork goblin hyping up my art and instantly making my day better. Are you stalking me or something? Make my day better when I'm sad. I'm glad I can make your day a little better. Definitely not stalking you. Just happy coincidence. And Shock, welcome back. Thank you for the reason. Oh gosh. J-Dub. Oh, that's a nice little... Excuse me, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna read this real quick. There once was a tired kobold adventurer who went to a tavern, said to be the best in town. He ordered the mead, tired and fatigued. After one sip, all his worries did recede. It was sweet, not bitter. He ordered more, not caring about his money. He said this must be the sweetest thing around. But then the bar got quiet. Every patron turned as they all exclaimed, "No, that would be honey." As they continued to laugh and belt, some could hear a small goblin let out a yelp. Oh, that's poetic, J-Dub. You got some good writing skills there. Jeez. Writing is hard. Hellbent, I really want to make my dragon / kobold a full-on VTuber instead of just a PNG with a simple open and close mouth move. That's definitely possible. I have done a kobold ring for Sailing Kobold before. Hey, honeydew, what's up? We're just about to get into model making, so say goodbye to Snack. He gotta go. He can't stick around, unfortunately. He's a little too distracting. That's the wrong toggle. We're all learning here. Let's see. There we go. Getting a little breezy. Let's let those shoulders air out and get to some art. I'm a little too high for that. Perfect. Now I'll take my leave. Love you all. Enjoy your stream, honey. Thanks, J-Dub. I hope you have a good evening. Thanks so much for dropping by, and thank you so much for the anniversary gifts. All right, let us see. Agent Sam's, is this going to be on YouTube? I want to learn about VTubing, but I need to leave soon. Yeah, the VOD's going to be up on YouTube. I am uploading my VODs a little more consistently. They should almost be up to date now, with the exception of the subathon. That's a 10-hour video that I have to upload. It's going to take a bit. Also, just a heads up, watch your eyes. We're going to keep this canvas white, so my apologies. All right, so real quick, let's make a list of things we need to remember for making a model. Jasper, I'm going to see a behavioral health specialist in the morning, so I can't stay, but if I get confirmed with learning disability, like I suspect I have, then I'll start getting medication and I'll be able to make use of your lessons in the stream when I make my model later. Or when I watch the VOD later. Oh, still good. Thank you for being such a wonderful being and an amazing inspiration. I hope you have a wonderful stream, and I hope everyone learns much from you. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow, by the way. Yeah, I know, I'm so sorry about your eyes. God, this is even hurting my eyes. And it's not even that dark for me. You know what, maybe. Oh, that's worse. That's like chroma key green. Screw it, we're gonna keep it at a slight gray. Just a slight gray. Still not great, but it'll do for now. Let's write in calligraphy because this is a fancy professional lesson. So, I love the tippy-tappy sounds on my screen. Model basics. Yo, Armor! Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. 9 months went by real fast. Oh my gosh. It still feels like I'm 4 months in, honestly. Green for Gob would have been good, except for it's a little too much on my eyes. Just a little too much. Mint. Oh gosh, that's almost the color of my skin. Oh, oh thanks, Spring. Take it easy. All right, things to consider with your model. Things you want to keep in mind is how far you want to rotate the face, because that is very, very important to keep in mind. Flex Drango, thank you for the gifted sub. So usually, especially if this is your first model, I would not recommend rotating further than 3/4. So we're going to stick with the 3/4 rotation for this model. We're going to make, let's do 4 toggles. Maybe a bonus one. And then we're also going to apply physics. And let's see, what else in the model? 4 toggles. Yeah, we'll keep it that for now, unless there's anything y'all can think about. Guy, you gotta get going for D&D? No worries. I hope you have fun. Thank you, Guy. Desmeco screen tap ASMR. Yes. Oh. I like keyboard ASMR is really good, but it's gotta be like crisp keyboards for me. Let's see. All right, but yeah, 3/4 rotation. So 3/4, there are a bunch of rotations. For me, I went a little past 3/4 for this current model, but I would keep it. So this would be profile, where you have the eyes. Sorry, profile, front facing, where you have the eyes facing the camera. This is going to be our rest position. 3/4 is when the head rotates this way. So about 3/4 of the face are showing. Profile is when you see only one eye and not the other. So those are just some basic terms. So we're going to be focusing on front and 3/4, not profile. Just because that is too complex if you're just starting. It's a lot of work, and if you want to, your first model is not going to be perfect. Your first model is your first model, where you learn the basics of the program, get a good understanding of it, and then you can build upon that. 3/4, 75%. Yes, it is. You are correct. Gary, first model is never perfect. Oh, first model is never perfect. I showed off my old model in my anniversary stream and compared it to the current one. Even the one I did 6 months ago. Huge difference. Huge difference. So don't worry if your model is not perfect. This is a good learning experience. Oh yes, we're also going to make Chibi. So this is not going to be a full complex model. This is just teaching the basics. So, are there any questions right off the bat? Actually, while you think of questions, if you have any, I'm going to explain what programs you'll be needing to make a model. So, I need this to be a thicker pen. So the programs. There we go. Teacher, can I go to the bathroom? Yes, you are excused. You may go to the bathroom whenever you please. You don't need to ask me, it's all good. Question, why are you so adorable? Save all personal questions for after the lesson, please. This is no off-topic questions. Why is Chibi a category? Is that for emotes? So Chibi is mostly, so a Chibi model, I'll explain really quick. For those who don't know, just in case, a full body model is usually, for most anime VTubers, is a full body that has been squished into a short stack. So the body becomes smaller, but the head becomes bigger. This is probably the easiest way to learn how to make models because you will not be focusing on the fancy like model dress physics or any of those like nice things that add flair. We're going to be focusing on keeping strong fundamentals so that the base of your rigging will be strong and you can learn more and work upon the actual physics later on. Yeah, so normal honey size, pretty much. So yeah, we're not going to be working on this round. We're going to be working on not quite short stacks, but like chibis. Body small, big head, yes. Use your model chibi. My current one? No. I can see how people can definitely think that, just because of how big my head is in comparison to my body. I wouldn't consider this a chibi. And to prove it, we are actually going to make a chibi of myself. You can follow along and do your own model as well, so no worries. You can get a model out of this with a little bit of work. Question, if you're artistically challenged, can you still create a working model with existing art if you have a legal right to use it? Yes, if you have commissioned another artist to draw a cut version of your model, or even just a flat front view of your model, you can definitely take that, trace or copy it, and cut it so that you can build it into a working model. We're going to be making our own from scratch so that I can explain what needs to be cut and what needs to be separated in order to have a clean, easy to use, and easy to edit rig. Chibi Goblin sounds too powerful? Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. Gary, currently working on last night. Gary, we're working together. Alright, but yeah, just to explain, in case you don't know what programs you will need for this, for drawing the actual model pieces, like we are now, we will be doing today. We're not going to get into rigging today. That is for another day. Not today. Today is drawing. You either need CS Paint, so Clip Studio Paint. It's very cheap. It is, I believe it goes on sale like 4 times a year. And you can get it for about $50 when it's on sale, one-time purchase. There are higher tiers of it, like there's Clip Studio Pro, which I think was $50 for me, and then Clip Studio EX, which is $140. You only need Pro. You don't need the expensive one. The other one you can use is Photoshop. Photoshop is good, and the rigging software only uses Photoshop. But the reason that CS Paint still works is because in CS Paint, you can save your files as a Photoshop file. So no need to pay the monthly subscription for Photoshop. So yeah, CS Paint is what I use. For rigging, I think you can use spine. However, I have no experience and I think the rigging process is different. So we are going to be focusing on Live2D Cubism. Now, just tap my own screen. For Live2D or Cubism, it is $25 a month to use it, or $125. Wait, no, it's more than 25, isn't it? I paid for it a year ago. I paid the annual subscription. I forgot how much I paid for it, but I think it's something like $20 to $30 a month. And it has a free trial, a month-long free trial. So if you cannot afford it for whatever reason, you can still rig with just the free trial in a month. But don't get it yet. I highly recommend drawing your pieces first and then getting the program, so that way you can make a good use of that full free month. There are some small differences with the free version though. There are some limitations in that I don't think you can look left and right. You cannot rig lefts and rights for eyes in the free version. However, if you rig your model, decide you really like the program and want to upgrade the program for a month, you could definitely do that and then just put the new rigging file into the new upgraded program and easily make the edits. So don't worry if you haven't got the right program quite yet. There are definitely ways around it. Is learning this form of power possible? Yes, yes, you too can become a Vtuber. You can join us, become one with the 2D avatars. Around the fox. Yay, drawing. I love the drawing. It's fun. It's fun. Krita might work as an option for drawing. Yes, if you have anything that can be saved into a Photoshop file, it'll work. So, Krita? Question mark? I've never used it, so I don't know if I can recommend it, but hey, who knows? Black Drago, thank you for the hydrate, by the way. Excuse me. Technically, don't have to pay for Photoshop ever, but I'm not in the mood for Adobe to send a Python to my mailbox. That is true. I'm not a huge fan of Adobe's subscription service for what they give you. I'm not a huge fan of it. I had the voice for VTubing and asked to become one. Do it. Don't worry about it. Just do it. I would recommend getting a username that is not a product, but highly recommend trying. So, just going over again, for those of you who just joined, we're going to be doing a three-quarter view with 4 toggles, possibly 5, depending on if any of y'all have any other questions or anything you want to learn, with including physics and basic rigging. You need CS Paint or Photoshop, possibly Krita. And then for rigging, which we're not going to focus on today, we're going to use Live2D Cubism. Some call it piracy, I call it privateering. I'm not smart enough to know how to pirate things, so I actually have to buy it. So we're going to start with the basics. So when you are drawing your model, if you are drawing it from scratch this way, normally what I'll do is I will start with a very rough drawing of what I want this to look like. Very rough. We're gonna draw it and relax, not worry too much about what it looks like. Oh yes, for your canvas properties, I would recommend keeping it above 4,000 by 4,000 pixels. That's just what I use for basic small models. You can up it or lower it depending on what you're comfortable with. I just like the crispness. I'm not going to use the symmetry tool yet, despite the fact that this is going to be a front-facing model. If I use the symmetry tool right away, a lot of the times the model will look a little strange and not quite lifelike. Question, will your Chibi be utilizing shadows? Yes, it will be. Very, very minor shadows. Okay, for example, on this model that you currently see, the only shadows it really has is on the jaw, the bangs, which I can actually show you how to do so that the shadow follows the bangs, as well as the neckline. As you can see, the shadow moves around the collarbone. But yeah, so I'm just going to focus on drawing a little chibi model, fairly simple. Now, something that you can do if you're feeling a little spicy is instead of doing a front-facing model for your model, you can do a 3/4, for example, like Kason. Kason, if anyone knows Kiryu Koko, Kason and her are mildly related, and her new model starts with a 3/4 position. So whenever she talks, she is talking like this. And that is what it looks like when her face is pointing towards the camera. However, for me, I like to keep my model facing straight on. I want to experiment with 3/4 models, though. Jake, how long have you been drawing? Your whole life? Pretty much, since I was in grade 3. I think the first thing I remember drawing was a goldfish. I drew it with pencil crayon, and it was great. And then I drew a couple of hands I really liked, and I just traced those 4 or 5 times because I just loved how it looked. It's looking a little bit chibi. Needs a little bit of work though. Let's see. Got married to the dragon of Dojima. Matter if I'm likely to start VTubing in a month or 2. Ooh, that's exciting. It's very fun. Congratulations. Happy new Goblin, your first stream after the anniversary. Yep, it has officially been over a year, just by like 2 days. Hands. Where are hands? Hard to draw. They are very difficult because hands, feet, and faces have their own anatomy, just like bodies do. Faces are particularly important because our brains relate to people via their faces, for the most part, especially when it comes to drawing. So it's very important that when you are using a VTuber model, that your face is very expressive, and visually people can connect to what you're feeling because they can actually see it on your face. So if you are interested, I can show you how to make sure to push the expressions, that your models are very expressive, but that's only half of it. Half of it is also you must yourself over-exaggerate your own motions and animate yourselves. Son sits in the audience and stealing Honey's tips. One day he can be a VTuber. Son, I can't wait for you to become a VTuber. Maybe I can see how you make your models after this. Now here's the thing I'm struggling with, is I have small eyes. So making a chibi usually means that you're making bigger eyes. So maybe I'll add a toggle so I can make my eyes bigger or small. Because like I can actually make my eyes bigger or smaller like this. That is the wrong hotkey. Oh, I gotta buy a Stream Deck this week. I gotta buy one, otherwise I'm just gonna be doing hotkeys. But yeah, I made my eyes a little bigger. Just a little bigger. Only a little bit though. I kinda like them being small. It just fits me. You gotta give your face a workout. Exactly. Same thing goes with your mouth. When you are VTubing, you have to enunciate and make sure that your mouth shapes are very visible and clear. Sometimes it's very difficult because I mumble. I actually mumble a lot while I'm talking, so VTubing has actually forced me to open my mouth more when I stream, just so people can see my mouth moving and understand what I'm doing. Let's see. This is how I usually draw hair. Let's see how it goes. I look kind of funny with bigger eyes. I look so calm. Honey with eyes that take up 90% of her face. They do. They really do. Sir Alec, what if I really only have a skull with no face? Well, I actually seen some of your models, Sir Alec. I really like it. It looks really cool. Sometimes it's a matter of if you want it to move more and be more expressive, you can fiddle with the parameters in VTube Studio, and that way you can make it so that your face moves less, but the model moves more. Takes a little bit of work. Son, someday I'll be as cool in Vtuber. One day. No, you, son. One day I'll be as good at art as son. Oh, Cesar, hey, welcome back. Hey there, honey. 4 months. 4 months. Oh, it's fun to see how many people have been around, because some of y'all haven't been around for my beginning days, back when it was the very first model. Oh boy. Oh, what a wild time. Oh, you're gonna see some cursed stuff with models, though. Like, be wary, those of the faint of heart should not become riggers. Because, oh, you get to see what a model looks like without lips. Oh, the amount of cursed stuff I've sent to Cove. I'm like, hey, guess what this model looks like without lips? And she's just like, please don't ever talk to me again about this. I curse this. This drawing is awful. How dare you curse my eyes with this? Like you're constantly doing sultry eyes. Thank you. I actually learned that, I didn't actually learn this until I started VTubing. I thought my eyes were always open like this, constantly. Turns out they're not. Turns out my eyes are a lot more relaxed than I thought. Son, bald chibi. I can make a bald chibi, honey. I can do that. I can do that. Let's go, let's go. You know what? Tell you what. Bald toggle. Let's go. Because I actually want to do that. I've seen people do it and it's hilarious. I just haven't done it yet. Stunning. Said, no, honey, I'm gonna throw a deck of Uno reverse cards at you. No, you. No, you. I'm gonna go to the store, buy only Uno reverse cards, and then just mail them to your house. Oh, Chibi honey channeling early 2000s Moy energy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Look at this face. Look at this face. Gonna have to bookmark this VOD for reference. Yeah, I create playlists on YouTube, so if you want to see it, I'll put it under like Live2D tutorials. Well, my eyes are so much smaller. Probably need to have it wide open. So the reason I do a rough like this is so that my brain can put as many lines down as it wants, and then after, when I have to clean it up, I can choose which ones kind of fit better. Also, pro tip, remember to flip your canvas. All right. First off, it's not very straight. There we go. All right, let's do this. Don't worry, it looks kind of rough gremlin right now. I will fix that in the passes. So whenever I do passes before my client pays me, before I start working on the model, I do roughs, and the roughs kind of look like this. They look kind of unfinished and not great. And that is how they should look. Because they're not to be finished products. They're to kind of give your client an idea of like, hey, is this sort of in the realm of what you were thinking? It's still rough, but is kind of what you want somewhere in there, you know? You tell me the rough looks kind of rough? That, yeah, exactly. Would curse any goblin be honey hobgoblin? Nah, hobgoblins ain't cursed. They just are. Why flip canvas? Because sometimes your brain gets really used to seeing something one particular way, especially when it comes to making your own art. And so the best thing to do is to flip your canvas so that it keeps your brain on its toes. Because it looks different from on one way. Some people can't see it. Like, I talked to Cove about this and she's like, I don't see it. I don't get it. I flip it, I see no difference. And I'm like, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But for some people, it's a great trick. It makes sure that you don't miss something. Any trick that you can use it. Do your best. Do you have a drawing tablet you recommend for beginners? Bamboo? Some of my friends use Bamboo. Honestly, just if you're a beginner, get a very cheap tablet. Get a very cheap tablet, one that you can test and see what you like about it and see how you like it, and then upgrade to something better and which would probably be more expensive later on. I think I found the honey after a Hey Sugar compilation. There's a compilation? Oh my gosh. But remember, hey, haven't catch stream again, and I'm excited because I got to host a panel at an anime convention this weekend. Yo, that's awesome. Congrats. Aren't hobgoblins taller than normal goblins? I think they're a little bigger. So when someone commissions you for a dog person for a character, would that mean you are in fact making a rough sketch? Yes. You're right. You're right. Jake, no worries. I'm glad this might be useful to you. Alright. This will be the rough. Normally for feet, you can do like the floating feet. Like, hey, I'm not actually standing on the ground. Or you can put heels on them so that they're wearing shoes that are, you know, connected to the ground and they're anchored to one point. There's a couple different ways of doing it. It depends on what style you're looking for. I'm gonna move the legs a little closer together. What's the difference between this and my usual model, you ask? Not much, honestly. Let's see. Chunky. Chunky. The head looks a little too big, so we're gonna make edits to that. Actually, no, that's too squished. Let's just squish it a little bit. Unrealistic thigh gap. I can't believe I'm perpetuating unrealistic body standards for short stacks. For shame. How did you make your avatar for the Twitch stream? After a year, I got better at the program. How did I make it my avatar for this Twitch stream? Well, I'm kind of teaching y'all how to do it now. We're starting from scratch. All right. That's pretty good rough for the base. I'm not going to do clothes today. For today, I'm going to focus on the features. All right, let's do another clean rough. I usually do 3 passes of roughs. Might keep it down to 2 for this, but I usually do 3 because I do 2 passes in one day, and then I sleep on it and wait until the next day. And then I look at it again with fresh morning eyes and go, okay, here are the edits I need to make, and there goes the 3rd rough. How to be better? Practice. Yes. There is smart practicing versus just repeating what you're currently doing. I'm not great at explaining that. Not the best at explaining what kind of practice to do, but hey. Everyone learns differently. Not every method is going to work for everyone. How would I make a model or reference of a skeleton with crazy bulging Nicolas Cage eyes, bloodshot like hasn't slept in 100 years? How to make a reference of that? Honestly, just get a reference of Nicolas Cage, Photoshop the eyes to be the way you want, and then yeah, just use that as a reference. Literally just a photo mesh. I think the word's like photo mashing things until they look right is a good way to start. Just be careful you're not taking it from artists. Like, you're not copying a design straight from artists. Using it from photos is a little different, though, because using it from photos is referencing from real life. Be sure if you are referencing a very particular photo, especially from an indie photographer, that you do at the very least credit them, and probably should not sell that as merchandising. There's a lot of, like, hard things to explain when it comes to making your own VTuber. Let's see. Is Goblin teaching your students? Indeed, indeed. We learn a lot today. Another reason why I don't use the symmetry tool right away is sometimes I like different things better than others. For example, I like this eye more than I like this eye. So drawing multiple times without using the symmetry tool allows me to see the different ways I can draw it and which ways stick better in my brain, which ones I like better. 100%. Photo bashing. It's okay to take things for reference. Mostly it's done for photos or 3D. Yeah, photo bashing. Photo bashing sounds great. Like, for reference. It's really cool, and it's really smart. Yeah, I like that better. That looks a bit better to me. One thing to keep in mind with my style is, although I did learn from a lot of Western or Eastern influences, such as mostly manga, most of my art experience comes from art school. So a lot of my design skills are Western style. A little different. The same techniques can apply in terms of rigging, but in terms of my design style, it's a bit more Western. Death. If I ever make a model, it's going to be a skeleton, but I want the eyeballs to pop. I could probably make that a toggle. That would take some thinking. I would have to see what that looks like to really heavily explain that. Silingar, welcome back! Honey wanted to catch a stream, but I have 2 finals due on the 28th. Almost got 1 done. Nice. Loved you streaming revealing the new model the other day. You're adorable as always. Good luck with the art and don't hurt your wrist drawing. Ah, thanks. Don't worry. I'll be good. Today I didn't do any drawing, so I'm gonna take it easy. You might see a little less art from me lately, or in the next week or so, because right now there's no pain. That's the good thing. There's no pain. It's just tight tendons. That usually just comes from sitting for a long period of time. I've actually had to go to physiotherapy before, mostly for sports, but then I went for tight tendons because there was actual pain in my fingers. And I was given a lot of good exercise. So now I've been managing it and making sure that I don't get to that point anymore. Goblin Bros. I don't know how to start an art without forcing myself to work straight through to the end. I do not understand sleep on it. That's fair. It's different for everyone. Some people love to just start something and then just blast right through it until the end. I, on the other hand, love waiting. Taking a break sometimes changes your mindset and you can see things from a different perspective. And I really like that. I'm gonna start with big eyes for now, and then make them smaller later. Tutorial videos pertaining to your specific drawing program also help if you want to learn certain shortcuts or tricks. Yeah, if you need help with tools, then definitely look up tutorials for how to use a program. If you need help with drawing skills, you might want to reference how other people do their drawings and where they learned and what their influences are. That's a good place to start. Gecko. And Failing Fox, thank you for the resub. Or Falling Fox. Why did I say Failing Fox? My bad. I misread. Yeah, I drew my references from my model when I commissioned from my artist to avoid any kind of crazy copyright stuff. That's a good way of doing it. Hi, Lord Chaos Nightmare, what's up? Gecko, the distraction. The distraction. I can't believe you've done this. I just can't believe you've done this to me. A little higher. And flip canvas. Yeah, okay, I like this eye a lot. This one looks a lot better than the other one. Just from my point of view. Who here will be the class clown? Probably my mods. Yuki, take care of those hands. I have nerve damage in mine. Oh geez, because I ignored it now and I can't hold a pen properly and can't draw or paint in more than 10 minutes a day. Jeez. There is actually I have no idea what kind of paint it is, so do take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But you see how I'm holding the pen right here? Instead of holding it with your index finger, try holding it with your middle finger and just letting your index finger float above the pencil. That is what some artists do so that long term they can continue drawing. I have no idea if it's based on your grip or your fingers though, so sorry if that advice is not applicable. So what if I were to completely make a model in which the facial features are completely covered up with goggles or a mask made in a hood? Or at that point would I just try to make PNG instead? That is actually something you could do. For example, look up Lord Commander Chaos. If you look up Lord Commander Chaos, he's actually a really fun VTuber. I love hanging out in his streams. He's real funny. He is a VTuber who is a villain living at the bottom of the sea. But he has a mask. He has a mask and it covers his entire face, but he still has expressions and emotes through the mask's eyes. It's very, very cool. I haven't seen a model do that before, and it's very smart. I really like it. But yeah, check him out. He's got a really awesome design. He was drawn by Fruit from V Shoujo. Unfortunately, I don't remember who his rigging parent was, or his rigging artist was, so my bad. Unfortunately, I don't know that. How does one draw with a mouse with Photoshop? I have trouble with tapering the lines. I have no idea. I don't draw with the mouse. I draw in a Cintiq with a pen. You would have to consult some Chads, see what they see, or see what they say. People who draw with mouses are unstoppable. I fear them. One day I'll design bangs that are easy to rotate. Maybe I'll design easier bangs for this model, just because so for y'all it's a little easier to understand. Yeah, quite the catch. It's been a while. Wait, Cabal, you said? Cabal is different. Lord Commander Chaos. Let me. I think this is them. Let me see. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he's great. Check out Lord Commander Chaos if you're looking for a VTuber who has a mask. Like, completely, entirely covers his face. Very, very cool. I love looking at other people's models and going like, oh, I can see how they did that. That's a clever idea. And then like sort of just watching the models for an hour or so and breaking down how they did everything. It's a really good idea. If you like a model, look at it, study it, and see what you like about it. Because if you can learn what you like about it, you can kind of break down how to put those elements into your own model without copying directly from them, you know? Like maybe you like someone's color palette and you look at it and go, oh, it's monochromatic, so it's one color with a couple of accents. That's what I like about the model. Then you can do that with your own design. Have you seen Girl DM's hand tracking? Have you thought about updating your model one day to be capable of that? So one thing to keep in mind, although hand tracking is possible in Live2D, I will not touch it with a 10-foot pole. Not this year. Because first off, the hand tracking in Live2D, if you're trying to do the fingers movement so you can like grab things in the air, doesn't look great in my opinion. There's not enough rotation and angles you can do in it. It doesn't look lifelike. However, that's not the only reason I won't go through with it. It's because the amount of rotation parameters and deformers and meshes that are necessary for that. Just the hours alone, one hand alone would be a model. I don't know if I remember, I think I was talking to Sun about it one time and I was like, hey Sun, if someone were to make you do those hand rotations, how much would you charge? And I think he told me some ludicrous number and I was like, yeah, I'd probably charge about 10 grand per hand for the amount of work. No. Doing a hand is more work than doing my entire rig twice. 10 grand? Yes. For the amount of hours, it would take me over 3 months to complete the hand, to make the rotations look good. Not to mention, I would be learning a new way of rigging. So to account for the possible extra time, that's how much I would charge for it. And if you disagree with me, that is totally fair. That is totally fine. That is a ludicrous amount of money, just for hand tracking. However, 3D hand tracking, that's different. That's an entirely different thing. 3D hand tracking is actually much easier. Well, it's still hard, but it's much easier than 2D tracking. Hand rotations like Taka and Mim. Hand rotations. Something I gotta clarify. Hand rotations, just like as in the rotations that happen naturally when you turn your head, is different than hand rotating in terms of models. Because if you look it up, there's actually hand tracking in Live2D where you can make your hands copy what the model is doing, but it takes so much rigging. It's not worth it in my opinion. Those who do it are braver souls than I. son. Apparently there's riggers that we can go to that only rig hands for us. The future is here. I cannot believe it. So someone's capitalizing on that niche. Ooh, the niche hands. The hand of VTubers. Oh geez, Lily Hops. Hey. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome. How are y'all doing? How is the stream? Frograte, welcome. Welcome, you hoppy bunch of Raiders. Even it's a royal pain in the arse to model. Yes, oh my gosh, it is. Whew. Quite the catch. You going to college? That is amazing. Congratulations. Oh, that's awesome. But in case y'all have not met me, welcome, welcome. My name is Honey. I'm just a gob doing some art. Just hanging out, having a good time. Well, right now, we're working on a Chibi model. I'm just designing a Chibi model from scratch. So thank you so much. What were y'all doing, by the way? Pay someone to rig a hand in a song to VTuber. I would actually, like, Pompino did something really cool where they did the hand tracking, but instead of fingers rotating, it's their sleeves moving along with their hand. Very smart. I really like how they did it. It looks so good. They've come a long way with their models. Going into the category of architecture. That's awesome. Look. I looked and said that someone was following and said welcome, but I meant to say congratulations. And Hopping Hyena, thank you for the gifted sub. But remember, I'm gonna head off. Probably will look for the VODs later to learn more. Yeah, no worries. Absolutely no worries. One of the reasons I was hesitant to do this in the first place is because I get distracted easily anytime someone brings up a topic in chat. So this is not going to be the most focused and quick tutorial. There are definitely other people who have much more condensed and easy to understand tutorials than I, but I thought it would be nice for y'all to see the process in case you haven't already seen it. Yeah, so you're fishing. Oh, nice. That actually sounds really peaceful. Oh, I want to go fishing. Every time I go fishing with my family, I end up getting a hook stuck in a rope somewhere. Like last time I went fishing, I got a hook stuck in a rope by the swimming area just because there was a border of ropes so that the kids couldn't swim past it, but I got stuck in that. I'm not great at aiming with a fishing rod. Scuffed tutorial, but still tutorial. Yeah, it's just a little bit scuffed. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, I feel like if I lower this eye, it'll look a bit better. Maybe if I lower the mouth too. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, okay, okay. Oh, that actually looks really good when I rotate it. Oh, dang. Okay, okay. At least it didn't get stuck in flesh. Yeah, oh, jeez. I have been very fortunate that I have not snagged anyone when I went fishing. That's never a good feeling. Just almost hitting someone with a fishing rod. Or the hook. Last time I went fishing was with my dad 5 years ago. Oh, man. My dad actually never took me fishing before. It was always my uncle. Whenever he goes fishing, he brings a full fish that's been pre-gutted, and I just get to cook it, and it's great. John Rolfe, thank you for the posture check. Oh, I'm actually looking at this green color. I think I need to change it a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit like this. It was a little too close to my skin tone, and I couldn't tell what was going on. Miss the April 1st model sometimes. Don't worry, Scuff Honey might make a comeback. All right, let's see. I mean, like, I'm always a little bit scuffed, but that just comes with being a VTuber. And a Goblin doubly so. Probably won't have the neck tendons there. Probably have the shoulders up here. Yeah, that's starting to look a little bit more chibi. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Okay, I can see it better now. I can see it better. I think the back of the hair needs to be a little bigger. Yeah, that's looking a little better. What's your opinion about using comic book superheroes as a reference for expressiveness? I don't think that's a bad idea. For me, whenever I want something that's super expressive, I reference a lot of animated character sheets, because you get to see the really stretched out faces, and it's great, and you get to see the extremes and go like, okay, I can kind of reference this and push the expressions a bit more. Looks like since you're also a chibi. Yeah, I'm pretty close, just a little different. I'm trying to go for chibi, but not like baby, because sometimes they're really close, but there is a subtle difference, and I'm still trying to figure it out. If you have food named after you, what would it be? A drink, a sandwich, a dessert? Good question. I think there's already one that exists though, isn't it? It's Vomit. Oh no, thanks for the posture check. Oh. I'm gonna take a quick sip. Also, the Darkest God, thank you for the breathe redeem. I thought I already did it, but if not. Oh, I'm thirsty. Thanks for the hydrate redeem too, Raina. I got a little carried away with the art. Onyx, you're already baby. Shh, no one needs to know that. No one needs to know that I'm already baby. And Bananas, thank you for the ear wiggles. I can also show y'all how to do that too if you'd like. It's not like it's a trade secret or anything. But for some models it works better than others. For example, if you have big ears that you want to wiggle, it works really well. But if you have ears that you want to be able to twitch, like a cat ears or dog ears, those are usually better attached to eye blinks and not, because I have mine attached to my eyebrows. But if you want a more twitchy feel, then gotta attach them to your eye blinks. I can show y'all how to do that. Hey Draco, I'm doing good. I am definitely not the fairest in the land though. There are many a goblin way more gorgeous than I. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is looking a little better, a little tighter. Now if I do the eye like this. So what I'm doing is I'm defining where the eye white would be. Because you do need to think about that when you're making your model, is where the eye line is, where the eye whites are, what the iris will look like, where it'll be positioned. The eyes are a little too far apart. Yeah, that looks a little better. I'm gonna raise my nose a little bit. This is just starting to look like me as a baby, to be honest. Like, who told you such lies? There's no one told me such lies. This is just what I think. And Drago, thank you for the thank you for the sub. Welcome to the tavern. Chibi Honey looks like adorable child honey, and I love her. Must protect. Oh, thank you. Yes, little baby me was naive, and honestly, I was not a super bright kid. I was pretty dense, but there was a little bit of bliss that came from that ignorance. A lot of the times when other kids didn't like me, I didn't know they didn't like me. But that's okay, because I was too happy and dumb. Cobra, currently working on some art of my own. It genuinely is really enjoyable to do art with someone else. It is really fun. Something immensely comedic about Honey actually wiggling her eyebrows at chat vigorously. It's funny to think about. You're adorable in your own way, never forget that. Thanks. Drago's right, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Alright. I think think that's pretty good for the head base. I'm gonna flip it one more time, just... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna focus on the body a bit later, so that's gonna be a different stream. Probably, trying to debate on whether or not I should stream this on Friday or Elden Ring. Because this is really fun. I would love to keep streaming this. Plus everyone's playing Elden Ring right now, so you're not gonna be hurting for any Elden Ring content. So maybe I'll stream this on Friday. Because I'm going back to my regular schedule now that all of the anniversary prep is finished. We don't have to worry about it anymore. It's only 1 year ago. Interesting how the nose on one current model stands out more just for the upper nose bit. Let me look at... Maybe a little bit. Flex, thank you for the breathe redeem. I think this model might be a little heavy for VTube Studio. Ah well. Still working on it. We got some kinks to work out with this one. Wolfson, thank you for the 100 shinies. Killed your D&D party. We got in an encounter with the Goliath tribe looking for a fight, and he had down to 1 left. He rolled a nat 20, landed a crit, and so... Use this soundboard app to scream "I'm blood." That is great. That is actually really good. Alright, let's turn that down a little bit. Get go. Elden Ring? I know, Elden Ring's so good. I love Elden Ring so much. But yeah, Wolfson said, Goliath is sent blasting off the team rocket style. We couldn't stop laughing. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. That's actually a really smart idea, using a soundboard for D&D. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of cleanup now. So after the rough is done, I'm going to do another rough, just the last one. But first, I'm gonna make this a little bigger. Gonna make this fill up almost the whole canvas. The body proportions I'll work on another time because they do need some work. But for now, we're going to focus on how to cut the eyes and mouth, as well as the head base. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to make a new ruler right in the middle. This is now using the symmetry tool. There we go. So first things first, I'm going to do the eyes. Doesn't really matter what color they are for now. I can always color them later or recolor them later. But for now, I'm going to keep it fairly simple. So let's see. I kind of like this eye a little bit more, so I'm going to flip this over on this side. But I like how wide this is, so I'm going to try to keep the good parts of both. And just learn ear wiggles. My character has big ears. Yeah, it's definitely something you do. Is there any particular reason you use Clip Studio instead of Photoshop? Yeah, Clip Studio, it is only $50 when it's on sale. It's really, really good, and it has almost all the same features as Photoshop. But you don't have to pay the subscription fee, and you don't have to become a pirate. Oh, someone's smoking outside. I have to close the window just one moment, please. Someone keeps smoking by my apartment. Yeah. There we go. What happened to the Redeem song? I've been saving up. My throat is actually still sore from the subathon because talking for 10 hours is actually quite draining. So just in case, I do not want to strain my voice because I have not been professionally trained. I don't know how to take care of my voice properly. That's just something I have to be extra careful about. Love Elden Ring so much, but I haven't beaten the game yet, so I can't watch most of my favorite content creators because they're all doing it. That is fair. That is fair. Maybe I'll do a midweek stream. Maybe. We'll see. I might be joining up for some sports in the summer since restrictions are getting a little bit lighter. But we'll see. If they get worse, then I'll have to be careful. Not bad. Still need to be a little bit more like that, I think. Let's pause the ruler for a sec. Yeah, I like the arch here a little better. There we go. We're going to try to keep it as symmetrical as possible. So if I do this, should be close. There we go. That's pretty close. Tea Party Prince, thank you for the Prime. Welcome to the tavern. Happy Monday. Why is your Vizim tracking so much better than... Oh, my visual tracking? It's because I use a fairly new piece of tech. I used VBridger. So it's created by the Art Gun, and it uses a 3D software to track. However, I had to rig a 2D model to suit the 3D tracking so that it would be smooth. And I could do certain mouth shapes and different face expressions. It's still kind of experimental, so I can't quite offer it to any of my clients quite yet. I still have to test out some more stuff, but for the most part, it works pretty good. I really like it. I also use an iPhone. That on top of VBridger is already really good. Brendo, I'm gonna take a break from following along. My wrists are starting to hurt. Yeah, definitely take a break. No worries. Right now, we're just keeping it pretty simple. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to draw everything on a separate layer. So this layer that has both of these on it, it's going to be the upper lash layer. Now this is where the annoying part comes in that some people really probably won't like. Everything has to be labeled. Absolutely everything has to be labeled. I'm not going to cut things into lefts and right yet, because that's another thing entirely that we're going to have to do later, but everything has to be cut. So now on a brand new layer, I'm going to do the lower lash. There you go. Everything. Absolutely everything. So in case you were not aware with Vtuber models, just if you look at my face, see how much moves on my face. I have an upper lip, lower lip, upper teeth, tongue, back of mouth, back teeth, lower teeth, and I have a little throat piece. That's just the mouth. And that's not including the upper lip and lower lip. That's already almost 10 pieces just for the mouth. And I have to rig that. We haven't even gotten to the eyes yet for me. We're working on the eyes first because that's just fun. That's just easier. I like doing that first. But when you ask why a VTuber model is so expensive, it's because everything has to be cut into individual pieces and labeled and made to move individually. Hey, Fergal, what's up? And Faithon, welcome to the tavern. Hope you're doing good. I'm liking how Clip Studio looks. I've been using GIMP and it's a little bit clunky. I've never used GIMP before. But yeah, that's the lower lash. It's pretty good. I think it needs to curl up a little bit. I'm gonna keep the lower lash pretty simple that it's easier to rig. I also want to experiment with this type of eye style. So since my eyelashes are only one color, I'm just going to bucket fill them. Not like that. I forgot to invert it. There we go. And then fill in the extra pieces that I missed. And that is the lower lash layer. I will probably fix it up later because it needs a little bit of fine tuning, but not bad for now. Lower lash. I know how to spell, I swear. Switch feature needs a layer to be rigged. Yes. So not only will you need a lower lash layer and a upper lash layer just for this, you will need to cut these into lefts and rights. So you will have to cut this into lower lash right, lower lash left, upper lash right, and upper lash left. And to add even more confusion to it, because this is how it would be, when you are making your model, the easiest thing to do to help you is to write right and left. Now, they are reversed. So this is actually the right side, this is the left side. But when you rig, think about it. If you flip your model and make it face the opposite way, that is her right and her left. Absolutely messes with your brain. So whenever you're labeling them, this is the left or right upper lash, and this is the left upper lash. This is the right lower lash, the left lower lash. It's so much, y'all. It's so much labeling, and it has to be labeled. You cannot leave these layers unlabeled. We just started the eyes. Chloe Ultra, thank you for the hydrate. Black eyes, my brain cells are crying. Understandable. This is I I love doing this. This is like a huge puzzle. Making models is like puzzles, and that's why I love it. Also, the lag on this model, I think Vtuber Studio needs an update. Something's up with it. Or I need to reduce the HD quality of the model. That's okay. Fill in any lines that I missed. Ooh. Sorry, that was my water bottle. Oh, actually, it's Chrome. Shoot, I forgot to switch over from Chrome. That's on me. Chrome's taking up all of my CPU. Who broke the sound alerts? Probably me. I might have accidentally broken them somehow. It's just what I do sometimes. All right, we're going to work on the iris now. And the pupil. Why do I need to label them? I rigged the models unlabeled and they were fine. What were they labeled? Like layer 1, layer 2, layer 3? How can you find out what is what? Because for my current model, this one has almost, it would be almost 800 pieces just for the model. And that's not including any duplicates I made. If you don't mind a question, how much are models on average? Depends. You have to look for artists. Some models can be as cheap as, like, you can get pre-builts for like $30. There are some that are $30, but those are ones where you can't get custom. You can get pre-built models that already have a face and a design, and you can just use them. If you want a custom model, depending on the artist and depending on how complex the model is, you're looking at anywhere from $1,000 on the really cheap end to upwards of $5,000. For example, Vebe's new model and Shy Lily's model, Shy Lily has quoted that her model was $8K, and Vebe's model was, for rigging alone, so not including art, $15K. So yeah, VTubing is expensive, which is why I'm giving a tutorial for y'all to make it yourselves. So you can both learn how to do it yourself to potentially save you money, but also understand why VTubing is such an expensive thing to do. Because like when I first started making models, my original model, I only charged about $800, I think, which was severely underpriced. But They were faster to make because the quality was lower. I was not that experienced. It was not that good. Now that I have learned so much, to get a really good quality model out the door, this is just very expensive and very labor intensive. Yeah, so in case y'all were thinking like, oh yeah, I'm waiting for commissions to open because they're only $800. Prices have changed because now the models are better. They take longer to make and the tech is changing. Vase was the first one with the Art Gun's new plugin. Yes. So I watched Vebe's model. We did the people. I watched Vebe's model get dropped, and I saw the rotations, and I saw the tech, and I was like, okay, I want to try that. And I did. And lo and behold, the results. This is what you get. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's mainly for better tracking. It is a very new program. Like, I think it released, 10 days ago? And you get... It does take some adjustments to the models that are a little tricky to do, but I like it. I like a challenge. Especially when it comes to art. It used to be cheaper to build PCs than buy a pre-built one. Yep. Now it's much cheaper to actually just get a pre-built PC. Does that mean the VTubing models are usually standard as commercial licenses rather than personal? So yeah, that is kind of something that you have to keep in mind, is if you see someone charging a huge amount that is over the labor costs, keep in mind you are potentially making money off of this model. So you are using potentially someone else's art. Even if you have commissioned off them, you will be paying either a commercial license of a monthly fee, or the artist will charge you for a one-time fee so that you can continually use this model and you've already paid it off. Because, for example, if you blow up and become huge like Shy Lily or Vebe, some artists have different ways of doing it. The way I do it is I do not release my model files. I do not allow anyone except for myself to adjust the model. Because as soon as adjustments are made to the model that is not done by me, I can no longer claim it as my full work. I can no longer put the new stuff in my portfolio. So I charge a small amount for commercial licensings, but it's also, if you get a model from me, you will have to come back to me for edits. That is usually what happens with VTuber artists. By you, I mean me, the buyer of the model. Yes, you usually either pay a commercial fee or the artist charges you an upfront fee. For example, I had someone who was wanted me to do a t-shirt design for them, and so I charged an extra fee instead of saying, okay, every 5 months pay me 2% royalties or something. I was like, no, it's just way easier if I just charge you a flat fee on top of the price. Jati, no, rigging for Vebe was mainly because the Arkham was allowed to go absolutely ham rigging, particularly for the face stuff through feature. This is not a clean hand stuff. Yes, very true. I'm not sure what you mean by hand stuff, because Vebe has small hand animations, not hand tracking, but hand animations. Those are different. But yes, Vebe was able to pay for the art gun to absolutely go wild and let the artist do what they wanted. Now, that doesn't mean that you can give someone just like, hey, I'll pay $5,000, but do whatever you want with the model. That's not the same thing. The art gun had an idea and communicated it to Vebe and said, hey, I want to try this, but it will cost money, and if it pays off, it will be insane. However, it is an investment, and Vebe had the funds to actually allow that to happen. So giving your artist a certain amount of money and saying go nuts is not quite the same. Just be aware. How deep do you usually go on this amount of separate layers? Let's say I drew an avatar. How detailed should I be before attempting to rig? Very detailed. I don't know how else to explain that. For example, I'm doing the irises right now. They're a little lopsided, so we're gonna undo that. But for example, just for this eye piece alone, I have the pupil, the iris, the lower lash, and the upper lash, and that's not including lefts and rights. This is another reason why I was kind of hesitant to do a Live2D rigging stream, just because it's very, very time consuming. And some of it may not be super interesting to some people. Some of y'all might not find this super fascinating, because there's a lot of waiting periods of me just like, hey, I have to draw this properly, you know? But to me, making a model is kind of like a puzzle, and you get to solve it by the end and see something come to life. I like that. And thus V Bridger was born. How much did Girl DM pay for her model? I don't actually know. Here's another thing to consider. Someone's prices from a year ago have probably been raised since the last year. So what Girl DM paid for her model, if she were to pay for today, would be a completely different price. Because the artist's skills have changed and the rigging quality has gotten better. Because one of the reasons an artist might be charging less than what they might actually be worth, for example, what I did in the first round of commissions, is because I was still learning. I didn't know the full capabilities of the program. I wasn't sure how to do everything. So my clients were getting a little bit of an inexperienced model. So it is a bit of a risk they were taking. But now that I've been doing this for a year and I have so much more information and so much more expertise in this, I can do more and make it more polished. A lot of quality art takes time, especially if the artist themselves wants to feel proud of the finished product. That's just the nature of the beast. Yeah. Perfectionist is a monster. Especially it's like to artists who are thinking of doing their own VTuber rigs. Don't worry about it being perfect. It will not be perfect. Sometimes you just have to go, this is good, and I must accept this. Because otherwise, you're just going to fret over the details, and nothing's going to get done. Finished, not perfect. Do you have extra brush / palette packs, or do you run with what comes in the program? I run with what comes in the program. I haven't looked into brushes. Most of the time when I have an idea, I'm like, cool, I'm just going to start drawing with whatever Clip Studio has. And then I do. Artists hate her. Others don't understand. Why does she stick with the brush packs when there is clearly some way better textured brushes out there? It's because I don't know how to install them. Alright, let's see. This is pretty good. Now let's do a highlight. This is going to be mirrored. Usually, whenever I do highlights, I flip one of them, but just for the sake of seeing things clearly, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Tried this. I gave up on 3D modeling because I no longer had the time or motivation to keep with it, and all of my support I had evaporated. That's fair. Art is really hard, and learning 3D programs especially so. Hey Banjo, what's up? One comic guy. I find this very fascinating. I just also know I don't have any skill when it comes to art, aside from writing. But knowing what my future artists have to go through for this knowledge, I would like to have. Yeah, it's good, even if you don't use this information to make your own VTuber model, it's good to have so that you understand what your artist goes through. I'm always a fan of knowing how the process works before I get something, because it allows me to understand the limitations, especially when it comes to art. Jikoku, thank you for the posture check. Impact, thanks for the ear wiggles. A friend of mine has told me they would consider asking me to design and rig the model. Only 2 issues, though I have, are 1, I have never rigged any models, so it would take a really long time, and 2, my mid-tier 2015 PC would probably melt itself. Yeah, rigging, there are certain limitations. For example, you probably could not do this on a laptop. Laptops are not nearly powerful enough to A, rig a model, or B, run a model. So you do need a certain level of technology to VTube. Nope. Also keep in mind, even if you don't have an iPhone or an Android with good tracking, you can still use a webcam. the tracking is different. So it's not quite the same. I can show the difference between webcam and iPhone tracking when we get to that though. All right, nose, simple, easy. I got a little lizard nose. All right, I will save the mouth for a little later because there's something we got to keep in mind with that. For now, let's do the face base. There we go. Actually, I got to turn off the lashes so that I can see what I'm doing. So the face base is just the head's base. Everyone has a different style. I like to give myself really puffy cheeks because I just like it. Nope. 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 Half the model is just doing this. Just Control Z time. So would you say it's more, when people pay for models, it's more rigging than the art itself? It's both. It is actually both. For me, drawing this takes way longer than rigging, but rigging is more complex. Getting the base art pieces done for the model is really important because if you don't have the right pieces, you cannot rig them. And if they are not drawn with proper rotations in mind, then they won't rotate well in Live2D. It's a bit of both. That's why some artists will not, or some riggers will not rig what another artist does because the amount of studying they have to do for the Photoshop file it's too much for them. It's too much work. All right, I think this line needs to be a little thicker because you're essentially working with someone else's artwork and you will have to learn what their style is. That takes a lot. All right, that's a pretty good head base. Let's do the ears real quick. I want to simplify the ears. Normally the ears I break into like 7 or 8 pieces. I'm just gonna make them 2, just for the sake of understanding. I heard a number of people say Blender in particular needs a UI overhaul and the UI designers be slapped some sense into. Yes, very much so. Apparently there is an add-on that can allow it to be understood or formatted like Maya, but here's the problem. I have no experience in Maya or Blender. So either way, I'm lost. What's wrong with the sound alerts? I think I broke them. Voco, restrictions breed creativity? To a certain extent, yes, I agree. Restrictions can sometimes make a project stronger because people have to find smart shortcuts. Shortcuts in art, especially when it comes to actually just drawing things, nothing wrong with them. For example, I'm using a symmetry tool. That's a good shortcut. It means I don't have to draw things twice. So when you're drawing pieces, keep in mind that if they rotate, you should have them closed. For example, these ears. I'm not just going to leave them open at this point. I am actually going to close them in case I need to rotate them. I can draw the inner ear line. And there are the ears. When commissioning for rigging to be done, would it be wise to let the rigger know if you're using an iPhone, Android, or webcam? Yes, very much so. So when you are going to commission someone, 100% tell them what your setup is. Tell them what your PC specs are. Tell them what camera you're using and what program you're thinking of using. Or if you don't know, ask them. Tell them what you have, and your rigger or your artist can very much let you know and help you out. Because if you, for example, commission someone and don't tell them, like, hey, I have a laptop, the rigger would not be able to make a model for you because models do not run on laptops, at least not well. Especially if you commission a really, really fancy model that's very heavy, it will crash your computer. Your tracking would not be able to keep up. Neko, thanks for the breathe redeem. I'm gonna take a little sip. It's hot in here. Ayo, Steez. We deal in highly addictive VTubers up here. Who the dealer? It's me. This is VTubing 101. How to make VTuber. You want to be a VTuber, Steez? You want to come join us up here? Phil Cipher. Ignoring my lack of originality and Disney suing, would a model that's Phil Ciphered work and function? Yes, it would. You are correct, though. Disney would come after you. Especially if you monetize. Especially if you monetize. Glad to see the new model in 60 FPS today. Thank you. I really like it. I'm gonna have to make sure it stays like this. Why 2 pieces or more for the ears? So for me, whenever I do the ears, if you look at... Here, I'll actually show my model. One sec. Just so y'all can kind of see what I'm up to. So if you look at my model, if you look at the ears, when I move them down, they move down slightly. Or the cartilage does. This adds a little bit of extra rotation. Makes it look a little smoother, you know? Gives a little depth. However, that's a lot of work. Another thing that is cut pieces is the cartilage on the inside and the shading. That's another piece. And then I have the line art separated from the base color. So the line surrounding the ear is separate from the base color of the ear. If that makes sense. And not only that, each individual earring is its own piece that I have to rig with its own physics. That's just for the ears. So for that, I have to rig the gravity. So if you, let me scooch over my model real quick. Let me scooch on over a little bit. So if you look at my model, you can see how when I rotate my head, the earrings point down because of gravity. And then when I tilt them this way, they also rotate because of this, like gravity. Same thing when I wiggle them. That's a whole lot of physics. That's a whole lot of rotation points. And it's much easier if you cut something into separate pieces. That way you have more control. How long do the ears take you to rig? 4 hours? 4 hours to figure out the tech? It wasn't too bad. Now that I know how to do it, it's a lot faster, but it's different because I have to redraw all the pieces. Same thing I have with the hair. The hair rotates with gravity. So that's why we cut it into so many different pieces, is so we can allow for separate rotations based on angles. Let me go back to art. Back we go. Also, Greenblade, thank you for the shinies. Layers upon layers upon layers upon layers. Yeah, so we're not going to go into that with this basic model. We are going to keep it very simple. I will add the earrings and show you how to do the earrings for the gravity, because that's just fancy. I like doing it. But we will be keeping it fairly simple. Rage, no. VTubers are not better than PNG tubers. They are equal. PNG tubers? Valid. Actually, the best way to start VTubing. Art is truly a science, and you have at least a master's degree in it. Maybe even a PhD. I would love a PhD in art. One of my professors had to get like a PhD in art, and I was just like, really? How do you do that? How do they test for art skills? I still have no idea how he got it. You know that people rotate to stay aligned with the horizon line like goats? That's new information I was not aware of. What's a PNG tuber? So a PNG tuber is actually really, really good if you're considering being a VTuber, but aren't ready for the super, super high investment or costs that come associated with it. It's literally just, you draw a picture of your avatar and use that. So it just sits in the corner, and that way people have an idea of like, hey, this is who I am, this is how I want to represent myself. And if you like that, then you can get something that moves along with you. What's the most complicated model you worked on? This one. Because I had to learn new technology in the span of 2 weeks. And I added Snack, which is my little pet pig, in there. And so he has his own separate animations, and he shows up separately. It's a lot of stuff. I wanted to really push this model and test my limits. And I really did. I learned a lot. I also learned where my limits are. So turns out I have none. So long as I have time. The shorter the deadline, the less I can get done. Is there a YouTube archives channel, or will I have to use Twitch VODs? There is a YouTube archives channel. If you go in the About section, you can check out my VODs. even when VTubing, it's nice to keep your PNG for when you face it. Yeah, it's actually really, really good. It's also really nice to have if you are doing a collab and the person you're doing a collab with cannot support multiple models at the same time. All right, next we are going to do the eye whites. All right, we're gonna do the eye whites. This one is a bit trickier. So we're gonna turn off the ears. We're gonna turn on the lashes, but we're gonna make them a little transparent. So this is a necessary piece that we really need. You need to have an eye white piece if you're doing eyes my style, like, or just generally. If your character has different style eyes, this might not apply, but if your character has eye whites at all, you need this. So they need to be closed, circles. They don't need to be black, because if you look at my eyes, they are not outlined in black. They don't show up. They are yellowish white. Sludge, it's interesting talking about Disney coming after people. I saw a guy on TikTok earlier that got big because he made his car look like Lightning McQueen. Point being, be careful when it comes to Disney. Yeah, be careful. White Cloud, thank you for the 200 bits. And Owen, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. Thank you for the hydrate. Welcome back, Unfathomable. Hope you had a good weekend. Any advice on keeping up with coloring each individual line art? Coloring individual line art. I think if you're going to do that, just turn it into a masking layer, and then you can draw on top of it. There you go. And that's where the eyes would look like. Or the eye whites. So that's pretty much all the pieces for here. But this is just the line art. We're just doing the line art right now. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to make a new folder for this because I need to. It's called the mouth folder. All right, let's do teeth. We're gonna start with the upper teeth. Actually, first off, I'm gonna put all this in a folder called face, and then put all this up here and make it a little bit transparent so that I can kind of see what I'm doing. This is where the fun begins. Drago, sorry to say this, but I gotta be going, so have a great night, you amazing artist. Thank you, Drago. Thanks for dropping by. Garrett, so my model idea doesn't have pupils. It's the bot from my art. And I'm wondering if I should add them for more expression. Any suggestions? I think if you want your model to be expressive, the best thing to do is to make sure something in your eyes can show emotion. For example, if you look at Lord Commander Chaos, he doesn't really have pupils, but his eyes still express. And Cab has just little yellow dots, and they're very expressive. There's a lot of ways to get around doing classic eyes. All right, teeth. So, we gotta think about where teeth are. So when you look at I'll just do a little rough here, a skull. At least if you break down a skull like this, it would be here. You'd have the cheekbones here, the teeth bone here, jawbone here. Fun to think about my skeleton, isn't it? I'm gonna cheat it a little bit because this is a little too low for the teeth in my opinion. So we're gonna put them a little higher. We're gonna put the teeth up here. Probably make them this wide. Something like that. I gotta do them cleaner. Yeah, that looks a bit better to me. So, currently a uni student for graphics design and illustration. I find the art and world in VTubing interesting. Once I graduate, I'd like to start streaming art and learn from VTubing modeling. Yeah, that's really good. I hope you have a good time doing that. Real quick. I need to stretch my clavicle. Norwegian, you gotta wake up early? Alright, good night. Take it easy. Kept my word. Eyelids express a lot? Very much so, yes. Eyelids are very, very good for expression because you can open your eyes really wide, close them, glare. You can do a lot of stuff with it. However, just because one person does it doesn't mean that another way cannot work. Experiment, have some fun, but don't get frustrated if things don't turn out the way you think they will. It's a learning process. You gotta take your time with it, you know? Do you separate line art for each layer? I do actually, but only for a couple of things. The things I mainly separate line art layers for is for the ears and the head base. Those are the main ones, but I also do it for the body pieces, just in case. And I'll show you why we're gonna do it for the body pieces later. For now, we're focusing on the face pieces. I mean, how much is the entire package of VTuber stuff? Not premium though. Never searched, don't actually know, but you sound like it's freaking expensive. Yes. You can find deals with certain artists, but be aware if something is very, very cheap, be a little suspicious of it. Sometimes it's an artist genuinely undervaluing their own product. Sometimes that happens. In which case the artist should definitely be charging more. But it is expensive because you are paying for something that will probably take upwards of 3 weeks for just an average quality. If you want a really good quality thing, it can take 2 months or more. And if you think about that, you are going to be paying for an artist to be working on your stuff for 2 months. You're going to be paying for their essentially living wage for 2 months. So do keep that in mind. And that's just for the model. I'm not even talking about overlays and emotes and effects. There's so much that goes into VTubing. All right, bottom teeth before I get too distracted. If I ever go into VTuber take, I will commission since drawing is the only one art I really suck at. It's hard. Art and drawing is real hard. How much work is rigging as opposed to creating the model itself, like mixing animation and tracking? Tracking is not something that I really deal with because a VTube Studio tracking is already built in. The technology to track your face is already there. However, everyone's face is different. So when your rigger is making pieces, they have to keep in mind, okay, my face may be more expressive than my client's. So I have to over-exaggerate pieces and certain expressions to make sure that if my client doesn't express enough, it will still show through. How much work is rigging opposed to creating the model itself? But actually drawing the model takes longer for me because I have to consider how many pieces I'm making. So that's just the upper teeth, the lower teeth. Let's do the tongue. I will be showing how to do the tongue rigging for like sticking out your tongue. This one, the one on this current model isn't quite finished. I still got to work on it because with the new tracking and the amount of rotation I added in it, it doesn't rotate smoothly because I didn't have time to do it. What basic equipment do you need to stream? Computer. Really good computer. OBS. And if you're looking to capture a game capture card, or just play PC games like I do. All right, this is gonna be the tongue base. This is gonna be the tongue out. There we go. Do you have to adjust or exaggerate your IRL face expressions to get them to move right, or the software is pretty intuitive? I naturally animate myself. I just move when I talk. But you can calibrate the software to be very sensitive to your expressions. However, do keep in mind, if you just, like, if I were to just stand still and talk like this the entire time, it's not very interesting to watch. So you do have to move and allow yourself to just sort of dance while you're talking. It allows you to do more stuff and emote very, very clearly. In short, a really good PC. Yeah, you need a really good PC. Yo, honey with no lips. only tongue and teeth, no lip. Yeah, we're gonna keep the tongue pretty simple. Just a very simple like triangle, but I'm not gonna draw the top here for the tongue because I want it to blend into the back of the tongue. So when we color it, I will do a little blur effect to make sure that they react smoothly to each other. Now, let me look at here. These are all half of the pieces. They're not all the pieces. Now I have to do the mouth. base. Plague Lord, welcome back. Thank you for the resub. Plague Lord invades, then retreats, just popping in to say you're awesome and then headed to bed. Good night, Plague Lord. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Testmako, gotta head out, but it was nice to hang after missing streams for a long time. No worries. Thank you for coming over. Get some rest. Garrett, I must sleep. You have been lovely. Just gonna leave stream to sleep too. Garrett away. Alright, Garrett, good night. Probably gonna stream for another hour-ish. We're probably gonna get the base pieces done for the line art at least. Again, this is why I was worried to stream stream model making, because it's very time intensive and it takes a very, very long amount of time. It's starting to look like a bug's mouth with all the pieces overlapping. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like under all this. Actually, I'm gonna take a real quick pause and see if I can find the cursed picture I sent to Cove, because it was so good. Yeah, okay, no, I can't. Dang it, it was so good. It was just... Models look super cursed when you remove their lips. One thing about Twitch Mobile is it's still super annoying that most redeems don't work. Some of the redeems I have turned off, but yeah, the redeems are weird on mobile. I was away for a little while, but what are we looking at? Mouth. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at mouth. Yeah, no, I can't find it. I'll have to show it at some other time. I wonder if pre-designing and making references for your model will help cut down the process so you can quickly create folders for your model. I think pre-designing will very much help, especially if you're commissioning, because that way the model artist won't have to design, you won't have to pay for them to design your model if you already have a design. You'll still be paying for them to draw it, but if you're commissioning someone, yeah, it'll be a lot faster and cheaper. Can you rig a face from side to side profile? I don't know if that's a thing. Oh, you mean like this? Yeah, just moving your profile. That is a thing. That is very much a thing. Some people even rotate even further. Some people rotate past 90 degrees, like to the point where they're almost facing backwards. That's a lot of work, though. That's a whole lot of work. Okay, that's a funny stuttering. Yeah. Sometimes I stutter. Don't make fun of me. Yeah, that was the main thing that took the most time, aside from learning VBridger, was actually I was adding profile rotations. So you can actually see what I'm looking at over now. Yeah, that's a good map base. Now time for the lips. Upper lip. Fairly simple, standard. We're just gonna do, for me, I'm just gonna keep it simple. Just gonna draw like this. And then lower lip. Just gonna draw like this. And then a little tooth on top. But I will turn off the ruler tool and get rid of this. And those are the lips. So I assume with your iPhone that you use for face tracking, you can use the front camera since it has Face ID tag. Yeah, I use the front camera. Or wait, the phone just faces me. That way I can also press any buttons on the phone in case I need to recalibrate. Did you send it to her on Discord? If you did, you might be able to re-download it. Yeah, I sent it to her over on Discord. I send the Cove a lot of art. We trade art every once in a while so we can correct each other's art, because sometimes it's good to get someone else's eyes looking at it before you post things. 360 head L creep rotation. I think that's a thing. I wouldn't be surprised if someone's already done that. Flax, thank you for the posture check. My back. Okay. The iPhone uses lasers. Lasers? I just thought it could track depth. Is Benedict? Ayo, what's up? Goblins are cool. There's so many good goblin VTubers out there. What did I do? That tooth. There we go. All right, that's pretty much all the mouthpieces you need. Oh, except for one more. Throat. I forgot to turn on the ruler. There we go. This is just to add a little extra depth to your model. All right. So I think that's enough for now in terms of like drawing pieces. Instead, I'm just going to color them. So I'm going to really quickly pull up my own color palette. Onyx, I agree, goblins are cool. Like this one goblin called Honey, who's very cool. Thanks, Onyx. I think I'm okay. I think I'm all right. I'm just gonna post this here. Oh, there we go. Now, the fun thing that you can do if you already have art of your model is you can straight up just color grab. Going to color grab this because that is the line color I use. And we're going to go to turn this back up. Upper lash, brows, face base, there it is. I'm gonna lock the layer and then just straight up color over it. And now it's a different color. See, instead of black, it's green. That's how I color over layers. The upper lash and lower lash are fine. The ears have to be this color too. So tonight, Honey Goblin's best comment. There's lots of good gobs out there. I have a goblin-esque character that I need to get more work done of. Do it yourself. Draw if you want. New design, Chibi model. After this, I'm gonna start a poll on Twitter to see what outfit I should do for her. I'm thinking either original outfit, witch outfit, and then maybe I could do barbarian. I could just do the losers of the other poll. Because I've got a goth model coming up. Also, no pretzel, thank you for the resub. Live2D toe tracking parameters went, I will fight you. No. I remember one of my clients, as soon as they saw hand tracking, was like, hey, can I get this done? And I'm like, not unless you want to pay an insane amount of money. Like, an insane amount of money. Because I would be working on that for months. Why would you track your toes? Look like a bald goblin. With the fast part? Yes, that is actually what it looks like. You're right. All right, let's see. I got my brow color. Layers. That is a very subtle brown. My gosh, I forgot I used that one. All right, now we're going to go with the eye white color. And there we go. We have a mysterious Cove for a gamble. She's also a great guy. Cove is a great guy. She helps me so much with art. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the yellows of the eye. Like, y'all might have white eyes. Mine are tinted a little bit yellow. Dead Phoenix goth model, you say? I am gonna get a goth model. It won the poll. Shoot, I was at the anniversary subathon but didn't watch it all the way through. Just finished watching the VOD and wanted to say, even though it hasn't been long since I started watching your content, I'm glad you've achieved this amazing milestone of 1 year. Thank you. I struggle finding motivation and seeing your art content helps my brain cells activate. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you. I'm glad they are helping out. Cosmic Otaku. Now when you say witch, do you mean witch or traditional witch? I mean like the big hat witch. Not the cool, the punk striped witches. Breathless. Been getting really back into my art lately. Watching great artists like you inspire me. Got any art streamers recommendations? Yeah. Yoklesh, another really good Oni VTuber. And then we have Diariku, very, very good. Minerva, Party Demoness, very, very good. Yorisium Sun. Sun is a very good artist. Also, Trash Kitty, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. How are y'all doing? My name's Honey. Nice to meet you. We're just making a model today. Whim raid. Just on a whim decided to come visit. I don't mind. Come on over. All right, let's see. So for this, I'm going to fill this in because I don't need to keep the outlines for this. Just gonna clean that up. Now I put it underneath all of the lashes. Needs a little bit of a touch up, but that's all right. My niece wants me to be a VTuber. She wants to design it so bad, but too hard for her. Oh no. She can definitely give it a try, and if you want after watching this, you can for sure give it a shot. We were drawing you on stream today. Oh, that's so nice of you. That's so cool. I'll have to check out your progress later, unless it's a surprise, in which case I'll avert my eyes until it's ready to be posted. I told her to just get the flat version and we can send it to someone else. It's so sweet. Oh, I love VTubers. Your raiders are going off on a whim. Ah, I see. I see. Oh man. All right. Before I get too distracted. Right. What was I doing? Right. I'm gonna do the irises. Pied Piper, that'd be an invasion. Yarg. An invasion, but they're all so nice. It can be an invasion. Gecko, that would be interesting to see Honey in a pink with an edgy attitude. Ooh. Edgy gob. Edgy. Sorry, I was just closing the tabs. Chrome's really chugging away on my computer. Let's see. Let's get the skin base. So the face base is going to be 2 separate layers when you do them. Same thing with the ears. So I'm gonna label this face base fill. And there is a reason for this. I will show y'all in a moment. Let me first select this. Ears. To label ear fill. I definitely just spelled the wrong thing. Toe tracking. In the words of a great scholar, you spent so much time wondering if you could do it. You never stopped to ask if you should. That's exactly what I think of when someone says that. So we're gonna put that underneath the face base. So the reason we have it separate is so that to make sure that nothing leaves the face. For example, if I have shade from bangs, I can clip them onto the lower layer of the face, so the fill, and they don't go over the line layer of the face. So it's very clean. And that way that the shadows can be shaded onto the head base without floating outside of the head. It basically acts as a clipping mask. Same thing with the mouth. If you want to make sure that the mouth opens wide but doesn't leave the face, you can put the mouth onto the clipping mask, which will be the lower head, but not the line art. So it won't go above the line art, but it will go above the face base. It's a little complicated, but that is the reason why we cut the line art from the head base, and same thing with the ears. It's so that it's easier to shade as well. When you shade, it'll shade on the head base layer, but not the line art layer. Oh, thanks, Grateful. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I hope it's educational for y'all. Do you have any video recs or resources to relearn how to draw? I'm going into graphic design, but I can't draw, so I need to relearn. Depends on what you want to learn how to draw. Do you want to learn characters or designing or backgrounds? Because I would highly recommend just finding artists that you really, really like and keeping their pictures around for inspiration and mood boards, as well as seeing their process, seeing if they have any inspirations or tutorials. Chrome Ram Go Burt. Yeah, I gotta switch over to, I think it's called Opera. It's hard to imagine Honey being edgy and mean unless I made her play Spookies and finish the game. I'm not proud of my outburst. I'm not proud of my actions and my words. Lemony Fish, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Greetings from Mexico. Love your art. Thank you, Rachel. I'm glad you like it. Let's Let's see, I'm gonna keep the brows on a separate layer for now, just in case I need to color adjust later. That's the nice thing about when you're making your own models. You can allow, you can keep them in separate layers so that you can color adjust them in the future. Because sometimes you put it into a model, make it move, and then realize, hey, I don't really like the color of this. I want to adjust it. I want it to be a little brighter, and you can very easily do that instead of having to redraw it. So I have pretty much my entire model conceptualized except for the haircut. How do you recommend finding or making one that would work with the rest of the idea? Don't have it drawn since I am both poor and unskilled with pen. That's okay. If you don't have any ideas, you can talk to whoever is drawing or designing your model, and they can give you suggestions. Or if you have an idea but aren't sure how to make it work, just draw multiple hairstyles and find reference of like anime hairstyles, real life hairstyles, comic hairstyles, just different hairstyles, and try them out and mix and match until you find something that works. Cosmic Otaku, thank you for the 250 bits. And Lonely Lucid, thank you for the breathe routine. Ayo, Pirate Artisans, how's it going? Cosmic Otaku, have you ever seen the Project AKO series? It's an 80s anime whose main character is the daughter of Superman and Wonder Woman, and her rival is the daughter of Tony Stark, despite having Lex Luthor tendencies. That sounds really cool, but isn't Tony Stark Marvel? Aren't they different companies? Rachel, I made a PNG tuber just for practice. That's great! Making a PNG tuber is a great way to start VTubing. Alright, right, mouth, focus. Steal that color. Let's see. I like to color code my layers so that I can see the difference between line art and color. Alright. Let's see, and then we have the... What was this again? Right, bottom teeth. I'm gonna make all of these back to normal, upwards. There we go. Flex, honey, I gotta go. I'm sorry, but gonna go look for your video on YouTube. Hope you're having a great day. P.S. the #1 beautiful. Thank you. I haven't uploaded the subathon video yet, but I do have a bunch of videos on my YouTube if you want to watch. Do you have experience with drawing super curly hair? Hard finding various types of curls in art. I do have experience rigging really bouncy curls. I think the type is there was a chart someone sent me of the types of black hairstyles and like how they're different curls. I can't remember which one it was. I think 4C is super curly if I remember correctly. I had to rig something not quite that curly, but a little less curly than that, but very bouncy. What's the story behind how you chose a Goblin model? I was actually a homebrew artist for a while. I was making D&D homebrew items on Instagram for a long time, and then me and my friends, we got burnt out after making so many items. We were just like, you know what? We need a break. And so we took a break. We straight up went, cool, we're going to not force it, because forcing art out never really helps. And I decided, hey, I want to take up a new art form, and I saw that VTubers were a thing, and I loved the technology. It was fascinating to me. And here we are. Speaking of black hair, since it's a goth model, we'll be getting black hair? Oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe purple. Maybe like a deep purple hair. Black might be a little strong on me. Might look a little funky, but I will consider it. I'll do some tests. Sharksane, thanks for the hydrate. Excuse me. Yo, Varendale. Welcome, Raiders. Angel needs sleep. Go to bed, feathers. Thank you for the raid. Take it easy. Were you playing Jump King or Elden Ring? Or were you playing something new? Trevor, hey, what's up? Thank you for the shout out to Varendell Gecko. In case y'all haven't seen Varendell, very chill angel. Nice to be around. Check him out. Hey Armor, you back. How's it going? Cosmic Fae. 2 and 3 can blur together a bit, but it's probably 3. Okay. Gotcha. I'm not, I have to look at them for reference and have them like directly in front of me for the hair types. Just chatting, bringing up what I did at PAX. Oh yeah, you went to PAX. I'll have to watch the VOD. I was gonna ask you how it was, but if you need sleep, you sleep. I'll just watch the VOD. The comfy? Nice. Deep purple with black highlights, like on the tips. Oh, Warborn, that's a good idea. That's a good idea for the goth model. All right, let me do the fill real quick. I have to steal the color because, oh yeah, it's the same color as my eyes. Actually, no, it's a bit whiter. Whoops. A little bit whiter. Because using pure white for teeth is kind of harsh, honestly. I tend to use an off-white. Doesn't have to be yellow, but just not pure white. Then again, it's you. You do you. Have you been drawing your OC in different art styles before? Yeah, I have. I've drawn myself in... I drew myself as an anime character. Well, in anime style. It was cursed. It wasn't bad. It just didn't look great. I wasn't a fan of how it looked in my eyes. Let's see, this is the base throat, so let's just choose a slightly darker shade and make it a little bit colder. And then invert and fill. There we go, we got the tooth. So now we have the... All right, we gotta do the tongue. Okay. They say just purple hair. Okay, now I can definitely see Goth Honey as a Teen Titans Jinx outfit. Yeah, I love Jinx. Jinx was such a good character. She was cool. Yellowish does fit with goblins. Yeah, yellow fits with goblins. It's green and yellow go nicely together. Cosmic Fae Queen mentioned pastel goth earlier. I thought it'd be interesting to see. Pastel goth? That's an aesthetic I really haven't had not a lot of experience with that, to be honest. I'll have to look into that. Because apparently there are different kinds of goth. And if old South Park episodes have taught me anything, goth and emo are different. Alright, let's do the tongue. Color grab. And I gotta go. Dinner calls me. By the way, you're cute. And don't let Vinegar gob out of the cage. I won't. I won't. I'll do my best. Have a good dinner, Black Eyes. Did it work? Nope. I have to invert it. There we go. Alright. I haven't colored the line art for these yet, so we'll get to that in a little bit. What color eyes would you use with Hobgoblin? Yellow? Like a bright cat yellow? Emerald. My buddy jokes about having no one to raid when he's done streaming. We sometimes see you. He's very small time stream working his way up. Wonder if it would be okay to raid you if the opportunity comes up. Yeah, for sure. I don't mind. It's very kind of you to ask. But yeah, I'm totally fine with it. Let's see. Let's do the tongue out. So for the tongue out, it's going to be a little bit different than the regular tongue. So we're still going to keep it inside of the lines. That is too big of a pen. There we go. We're going to adjust the color a little bit and make it blurred. So if you look at the tongue behind, it looks like they blend in pretty well. But the tongue behind is going to be a little bit darker because it's going to be inside of the mouth. And now the tongue that is going to stick out, we're going to clean up that line a little bit. Going to just blur it slightly. That's how you do a fairly good tongue sticking out effect. You can add like light if you want. For example, if you want to add like a little bit of highlight to it, that is still too big. something like that, you are more than welcome to do that. Just to add more like texture and depth. I'm not gonna go too hardcore with it. I actually think it needs to be a bit darker, but yeah, you get the point. You can make the tongue look like whatever you like. I've yet to see a tiefling VTuber, and I'm slightly sadder than I should be. I would love to do a tiefling VTuber. Oh, tiefling VTuber, hit me up. I just had an idea. Honey Hobgoblin. Ooh. Honey Hobgoblin could be alright. That would be a lot more. That'd be so much more rigging. I'd have to re-rig everything. The fun thing about outfits is that since I have the base rigging for this model, I can add clothes on fairly easily because I have like a Ken doll model. That is also something I'll show you how to do. So whenever I make a model, I try to make them a base. So no clothes, only face and head rigging. So that if my client wants like a separate outfit, like a Halloween outfit or a Christmas outfit, I can do that. I now have a base model for any future outfits. There's a tiefling feature. Oh yeah, there's definitely tiefling. Why did I think of that? Yeah. They've raided me a couple times. They seem pretty sweet. Drawing my first gob, having a blast with her so far. Oh, that's awesome, Sir Elk. Noticed you and Code playing Yu-Gi-Oh! She seems to really like that. Alright, let's see. Since I've got almost everything, I think I just have the mouth fill to do. There it is, mouth base. This is why I have to label all my layers. The nice thing about the mouth base, or the mouth rigging, is you don't have to separate it into lefts and right unless you have multiple mouths. In which case, I kind of want to see that. Show me. Let's see. Alright, now I'll just show you what it looks like with all these turned on. So the throat should be at the back, right in front of the mouth base. The teeth should all be above the tongue, but not the tongue out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So in case you're wondering why VTuber mouths look kind of cursed when they're unfinished, this is why. Multiple mouths like Deidre from Naruto. Ooh. I know there is a VTuber who has a demon mouth form and a regular mouth form. It's kind of cool. Fancier, thanks for your wiggles. Any kobold VTubers? Yeah, there's Salem Kobold. I know there's one more. Shoot, I can't remember their name. Is it Caffeine Kobold? Caffeine Kobold. Yeah. Like hanging out with Code. She's super fun. Even got the commission done for her teaching. Nice. Yeah, she's good. I haven't been able to play Yu-Gi-Oh with her lately, so it's been nice that she's been able to find some friends to play with. All right, there's the tooth. I gotta fill that in real quick. Also, just want to let y'all know, this isn't a super HD model either. This is a fairly simple, fast model. It's not particularly high definition. It's not super crisp. This is done pretty quickly, which your first model probably should be, because that way you can relax and not worry too much about your first time being perfect. Yes, Cults of Many. Many is also technically a kobold. A very cursed kobold. Bloodass, thanks for the posture check. Thank you so much for keeping on top of these shout-outs, Gecko. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I was trying to not knock over my mic as I was talking. Let me take a little sip. just hearing a bird chirping outside constantly. Believe Minnie is quite literally a cursed kobold. Oh, yes. Minnie's a very cursed kobold. Very cool. Does her own model. That's awesome. There's quite a few. Kobold Salem, Caffeine Kobold, Potion. Oh, Kobold Sush, Kobold Oats, Sprig, Jade, and even more. Oh, man. Most seem to be Canadian, but that's probably the small number I actively follow. Man, that's a lot of kobolds. But I kind of want to see art of a bugbear honey yelling at shit that there is no gob tax and save our money. It's because there isn't. And you should save your money. Also do your taxes, because taxes season is almost over. Get on it. Alright, I think that's about all I need for the mouth. Now I just need to color the pieces. Let's turn on the old pieces. There we go. I like to make the lip color the same color as the head base. Just for me. So yeah, VTubers, when they're being built, can look pretty creepy. Cat Lord, thank you for the gifted sub. What's going on here? I'm making a model. You get to see the bones of models. You get to see them be made. It's pretty neat. I like it. She's so cute. What the heck? even with the teeth sticking out like this. All right, let's see. Got the lower lip, upper lip, tooth. Let's get the tooth color in there. There we go. It's a little too green. Let's make it a little bit warmer of a yellow. Yeah, that's a bit better. Let's do the bottom teeth. So like, I already look spooky. I don't think it could be much worse. That is true. If your model is spooky, that could be a toggle you could do. Make it so your teeth show it from behind. But if you're already a bone model, that's already pretty cool. Pretty creepy. I like it. Yeah, we see the model, but what are you drawing? Teeth. Just drawing some teeth. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Upper teeth. And then let's tongue out. Let's make that a different color. There we go. And now we get to this is what I mean by it looks funny. Azil, thank you so much for the resub with Prime. Welcome back. Love chilling here. Comfy Goblin. Thank you. It is pretty comfy. I like it. Honey drawing teeth, scandalous. Most scandalous indeed. Almost as bad as hand holding, isn't it? Steez, no! Ah! No, Steez, how could you do this? How could you do this to me? After I'm giving you free secrets on how to be a VTuber, Steez? I can't believe you done this. And yo, Fiona, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders, welcome. How are y'all doing? Vaporeon. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Get rated sticky. Oh. How dare you? How dare you? Damn troll. I noticed the snaggletooth, and now I'm noticing that it's a separate tooth in front of the rest of the teeth. Yeah. It's separate. Oh gosh. Fiona, thank you for the resub. Welcome back. Long time no see. It's been a bit. Oh, everyone's been so busy. I've been getting busy, but it's been fun. I've been enjoying myself. Just taking rests while I can. All right, that's that needs to be darker. There we go. That's a good color. Tantrum. Honey just has extra tooth jutting out her gums. No big deal. Don't worry about it. My dentist says it's fine. Steez, thank you for the gifted sub to Tam Troll and Cytoman. Thank you for the gifted sub. Discord wants password? Yes, the password is in the rules. You must read the rules to find the password. Let's see. Let's do the throat color. Throat color can actually be the same as the fill, so we'll just do that. Don't want to bring attention to it. And then the mouth base can also be the same color as the rest of the mouth base. There we go. All right, mouth's basically done. We're gonna not erase, but hide the mouth for now. Just finish up the eyes. Brows are good. Nose. The nose should not be that black color. It's too harsh. How are you doing this fine day, Lady Honey Goblin? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking, Trevor. I'm just having some fun. Doing some art, making a model. Alright, let's see. Let's do the irises. So for the irises, I like to add a bit of detail if I can. So we are going to... I'm going to show you how I do layering for eyes to add a little bit of depth. Oh wait, but first, I forgot. I have to label these layers with a different color because my brain really likes when layers are organized so I can actually understand what's going on. Echoing Sky. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That's way too generous. Thank you so much. Oh, y'all are way too nice. Thank you. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. It's totally fine. We can just vibe. We can just take it easy. All good. Rules and the password? It does indeed. You just have to read it. Honey's got the dreaded cutie glare. A face so cute. She's just as cute, if not more so, which is angry. I can't help it. I can't help it. All right, we gonna keep doing this. We're gonna do this. It's fine. Okay, I have selected the layer. Is it closed? Why can't I fill this? Oh, because I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. I was using the wrong tool. Honey Snaggletooth is adorable, and any dentist that says otherwise is just a liar and is the 1 in 10 dentist that doesn't recommend you toothpaste. Oh, ADHD, OCD, every pile in its place and every place in its pile. Y'all gotta stop sounding so relatable or else I'm gonna have to see a doctor and get diagnosed. Oh. Alright, let's see. So whenever I do eyes, I like to do at least 3 layers. So I will choose a lighter color, put that around here, and then a darker color, and put that up here. It adds a little bit of extra depth to the eyes. It's not perfect as it is right now, but after a little bit of polish, it'll look really good. Echoing Sky, just got here. Feel like vibing with an awesome gong. Thank you. You are more than welcome to vibe. Just take it easy. Take a load off and relax. Let's see. Let's do another base underneath it. Let's make it a little bit darker than this. Actually, we should put it on top of there for it to show up. Let's see, is that too much? No, it'll be good. I just have to blur it. There we go. Not bad for a start. Figured it is an okay part of the eyes. Yeah, not bad. I refuse to just vibe. I demand to pay for my entertainment. No, this is free entertainment. Don't you know? Don't you know the little secret? It's a secret. But you can just vibe here for free. We can just chill. easy. Oh, honey, you're a lifesaver. I would have done the mouth all wrong if it weren't for this. No worries. I've actually had to do a bunch of different styles of mouths. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. But this is the most recent way I figured out how to do it. It's different. There are pros and cons to every style, but yeah, this is one of the ways. Turns back to assorted pals in bed. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, just chill. It's all good. Dunkirk. Thank you for the sub. Welcome to the tavern. Happy Monday. I hope you do. Pay the baby. Don't give the baby money. Baby doesn't need money. Baby doesn't need any money. Baby fine. I feel like the eyes are too big, but that's just me. That's fair. The eyes are a little bit big, but Chibi models are a little weird. I'll probably shrink the eyes later. I kind of want to see how big I can push them. I'm going to make them a toggle, so I'll teach y'all how to do toggles while we're at it. Hey, honey, do you want to see something? Vaporeon, what's the cool thing? But also, I'm dreading what you're about to do. What you about to do? Fight me, I pay for good info and entertainment. Freedom of information, no. Access to information. Vaporeon, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen, yet I still asked. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. You. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honey, we can't help you. You're awesome. Oh, shh. Don't tell anybody. It's a secret. All right, another small little thing I like to do to make the eyes pop. It's a really fun one, and it's a very small one. Is... Where's the eye base? Ah, there we go. I like to take the eye base color, get a slightly darker color, and then add a little bit of a shadow to it. Adds a little bit of extra depth, don't you see? Yeah, just this little bit of different color from here. It's nice. Undo Chaos, thank you for the 100 shinies. Steezem. I'm glad you're back from your resurrection stream, buddy. Undo Chaos, thank you for the shinies. Steez, Goblin taxes, as we have discussed. Make sure the quest givers give the bribe. Just bribes. That's all taxes are, just bribes. It's bribes. You're bribing people to not take your kneecaps. Legally. No, Tim. Not important. Gotta go to bed for work. Good night. Looking forward to seeing the rest of the YouTube. Yeah. I'll be sure to put these on YouTube. Take it easy. But yeah, let's see. Let's do the highlights. Actually, I don't need to separate them, so let's do this. Highlight, I will actually make a nearly bright white. That's probably one of the few things I will actually make white on a model. Okay, Steez came back from the dead to pay the goblin. I call that dedication. Persistence is what that is. Don't you steezem me. I will steezem you. I will do it. I will do it. I appreciate you returning my cauldron in such good condition, but I'm on to you. I'm on to you, buddy. Vaporeon, in a couple of weeks, I'm most likely to make more an hour than my own age. I already make 20 an hour 20. Yo, congrats. That's awesome. Save up. Make sure to spoil yourself. You know, take care of yourself. Get a little treat. Don't worry about me. I'm all good. But thank you very much. Lore Master. Hey, honey, for someone potentially looking at having a model crafted, do you have any advice on getting the first piece of reference work for future folks to use? Are there artists that specialize in bringing characters in our brains to life? There are some artists that are very, very good at that. I'm not entirely sure how to go about doing that, to be honest. I think the best way to do it, as far as in my experience, is to find an artist whose art style you really like, or find someone who has an art piece that they've done that you very, very much think would suit the style of your character. And then talk to them and be like, hey, I'm interested in commissioning you for a character design. and I really like the style of this particular piece that you did, or these particular pieces. Would it be possible for you to help me conceptualize this character and get it out on paper? Yeah, it's the best way I can think of doing it. Some people actually have in their bios like character designer, and that's another good sign too. Dougal, thank you for the hydrate. Excuse me. By the way, the third level. Did I miss a hype train? Lord Master, thank you for the 150 shinies. I might have missed one. Uh-oh. Dedication? Ah, Dunkirk, you clever kid. I don't know why I said kid. I was about to say bastard, but that felt rude. Steve's alright. The cauldron. Yeah. Thanks for returning that. It was in great condition. Alright, let's see. Smooth head. Yeah, she bald. But don't worry. We'll add the hair in a little bit. There we go, we have the highlight. And what I'll usually do is I will take the highlight and rotate it. Like this. So maybe I'll put it here. Something like that, maybe. It's pretty big. It's very anime, but I'll make adjustments as we go along. For the most part, I kind of wanted to give y'all the concept of like, hey, this is how we have to organize it and how we have to cut it. I haven't even gotten to shading yet. Summers, thank you for the breather deep. Okay. Pretty good at bringing characters to life. I mean, you did right by me at least. Thank you, Onyx. I'm glad. But yeah, like Onyx, you kind of did what you thought. You went to someone whose art you liked, and you said, "Hey, I want to commission you to bring this character to life." And I did my best. And I am glad that you're happy with it. That always makes me really nervous doing people's characters where they don't have a full like 2D reference to usable, because I'm like, okay, I really hope I get this right. Cyberman, welcome back. Thank you for the Risa. Just want to say, whenever you recommend to look for an artist that you'd like to be inspired from, we, or at least in my case, really didn't need to look far because you're here. Thank you. That's so nice of you. I always feel a little bad because I'm like, I want to work on so much more art, but at the pace at which I work at is kind of slow because I do a lot of redraw. I let art sit overnight. It takes me a while to do art and bring it up to the quality that I'm happy with. That's why I actually remind myself of it has to be finished and not perfect. It's pretty important. Also, yeah, she does look like Yoda. She looked like baby Yoda right off the bat. I love it. Steve, there are good people for character designs or reference sheets. You need to find an artist style you like. I originally used Hero Forge to make simple character designs just for artist reference. Yeah, exactly. Also, Lore Master, I hope that advice was good. I'm glad you appreciate it. Nikai. Lately, I'm not used to drawing in my style. I feel sometimes that people would like something more anime, but at the same time, I want to have my own style. Yeah, Sorry, I just read Vaporeon said she could become a beacon with how bald and shiny that head is. Just polish it like silver. But yeah, in terms of finding your own style is a real thing, but also a bit of an illusion. It's hard to explain. A style is just the habits that you have created in your own muscle memory and in your brain. So it's less of a look and more of how you like things to appear in your own mind. You can call it a style. I kind of look at it as like, this is how someone has drawn for so long. But draw things as you like, and people will come to you for your art style. Let's see, now, the next thing to do is... Let's see, what do we have time for? Yeah, I got time to... Yeah, I can try to show you y'all how to do the neck. So the neck is a fun piece I like to do. It's super simple, very easy. All you gotta do is color right. Gonna get the pen. Is straight up just draw a tube. Make sure it goes far enough into the head and into the torso. I think it needs to be a little thinner. Yeah, that looks a bit better. And do keep this one on a separate layer. Because if we're gonna have a shade overlay, it should overlay the baseline, but probably not the line art. It can, but I have a style of doing it so that it interacts with the torso properly. Neck. There we go. We're gonna put that underneath the head. There we go. It's a little bit of a wonky shape. I'll adjust that in a bit. No, Mega's grab. No more hype trains. We good, we good, we good. Like a series of habit. Yeah, kind of like a series of habit. It's like how everyone has a different style of writing, you know? Different penmanship. It's kind of similar to that. You can always improve and change your style. Yeah, exactly. How many layers do you usually end up using for any work that you do? For just like just 2D art, as if I'm doing an illustration, it could be upwards of 200 to 300, just for something not too complex. Because I separate everything into line art and fill. That's just a habit of mine. It allows me to make models very clean and have a lot of control and precision. And so it influences how I do illustrations as well. I'm trying to work on that so that I can make illustrations faster and not have to keep them all on separate layers, try to merge some. But like for Live2D, pieces can go upwards of 800 if it's a complex model. More sometimes. Current style of writing, doctor, but without the dinner salary. So illegible, that's what I'm hearing. Alright, I think we can do, it's a little see-through. Let's start with the bangs. I'm gonna make a new folder for bangs. I forgot that my hotkeys were set to that. There we go. There we go. Thanks, Crib. All jokes aside, I love watching someone who knows what they're doing going through the process. This is so much fun. I'm so glad. I'm super glad y'all like it. Again, I'm very self-conscious about whenever I stream art. I'm like, I want to make sure that it's interesting and engaging, because people learn a lot better when they're interested in what they're learning. I'm gonna separate the side bangs into 2 pieces. 2 pieces should be enough. But yeah, like I want to make sure that if you are going to learn to make a model, that it is interesting to you and you don't lose focus. Because whenever I want to learn, I need to have short videos. So people who make short, condensed YouTube videos that are under like 3 minutes, lifesavers. Absolutely wonderful. I love watching those videos. They're so good. You learn so much. So I guess what works for me might be different for other people. Fluffy bangs. I love fluffy bangs. I love fluffy bangs so much. Arrow, you got me motivated again, so thanks. Of course. I'm glad you liked it, and I'm glad it's helping a bit. I will use 1 layer for digital painting and still think that's all. That's a power move right there. I don't mess with people who do it on like under 10 layers. They know something I don't. So for the bangs, I'm gonna keep them like this. This is how I cut my bangs. There we go. So So with my style, there's a lot less pieces with hair. That's just the way I do it. It's so I can have a bit more control, and it saves me a lot of physics rigging. But if your model requires more physics and you want to make it extra fluffy, feel free to add as many pieces of hair you want. The absolute energy of a one-layer digital artist. Pray I never meet them. Actually, no, I want to see that. I want to see them draw. I want to see the process. See, Banjo, take it easy. As very tempted as I am to stay, I'm heading out for the night. Y'all have fun. Raiders reports. Night, Cosmic Otaku. Take it take it easy. Why'd I say take it? I'm half paying attention, currently drawing. No worries. Absolutely no worries if you want to just vibe and do something else. It's all good. Alright, side 2. We're multiple layering this. Let's go, baby. More hair. There we go. A little point here. Yeah. And now we're going to do the back of the bangs. We're gonna keep this fairly simple because my instinct is to go really, really complex. I'm like, no, I have to simplify. So I'm just gonna make this into 2 pieces. And that's gonna be the back of the hair. So Osmodeus. I just realized it's probably unlikely I'll ever be able to do physical or digital art because it tends to require a fine touch. I like that due to guitar calluses. No, I think you can totally do it. It's all about just learning and getting muscle memory in there. Don't rule out a skill that you might actually enjoy and be good at just because you might not think you are good at it, if that makes sense. Comic guy. I've always loved seeing artists' rough sketches. It goes back to some of my favorite webcomics where you see the artist just starting out and slowly improve into what they do today. You can see the skill being honed to a new level with each update. That's why I love Artstream, seeing a sketch go to a finished piece, or a mess of lines becoming a model in this case. It's so utterly fascinating and visual ASMR for my brain. Sorry, Alex, sounds stressful to draw on only one? Yeah, I agree. Turns head 100 degrees to the right. You appear to have a pickle stuck in your neck. It's lodged in there. It's attached to my spine now. the muscles required to be on this neck just to hold up this massive thing I call a head. I've only ever drawn weapons decent enough to a point where A, it can be recognized for what it is, and B, where I was personally happy with it. I drew Ashbringer and Fang of Ash's mane from WoW. Post them in the Discord. Yeah, I'd love to see that. I love seeing people's art. Like, I am notorious for just being a Discord lurker, unfortunately. I do apologize for that. The introvert in me, after the stream ends, is like, cool, I want to just sit and then draw and watch Amphibia and do none for 5 hours and then sleep. That's pretty much what I do off stream. It's just like, when I'm not working, I'm just sleeping. Oh god, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Alright, there's the back of the hair, there's the bangs. Let's do front bangs. This one is different. Since my hair is kind of asymmetrical when it comes to the bangs, I have to turn off the symmetry tool. So one thing to keep in mind if your model has bangs is that if you have to rotate your head, the more pieces you cut them into, the easier it is to warp them. So if you're not sure what I mean, try to imagine a model kind of like paper cutouts. If you cut out one single piece of the bangs, you can still shrink them while they turn. But it's so much easier if you have multiple pieces cut into different ones. If you see how my bangs rotate, you can actually tell which what ones are cut into different pieces, you know? I don't know how well you can see from here, but yeah, just cut them into pieces. It's the back of the hair. I thought it was some funny cheek. I know, yeah. I'm growing in a new beard. Does it look good? What do you think? Should I shave it off? Maybe. I think you can make a good bearded lady. According to my friends, I now possess a mimetic weapon. I know the opening guitar lick to carry on wayward. Oh, nice. That is a good weapon. Knowing meme songs is great. I'm just gonna cut that like this. Aha, there we go. And now a new layer. I'm gonna try cutting these into only, let's try 3 layers. No, 3 won't work, okay. Just kidding. I should actually turn off the side bang so that I can see what I'm doing better. Yeah, that looks pretty okay. I like how it gives it a bit of an illusion of depth. Yeah, that's kind of the point is you want to cut your model as detailed as necessary. Not as detailed as possible, but as detailed as necessary to give the illusion of depth and volume when you rotate and move around. It's both an art and a science. Alright, front bangs 2, and now a new layer. Side bangs. There we go. This one I could definitely make into 1 piece. Or 2 pieces. I'll just cut them later. There we go. Onyx bearded honey is the opposing force to bald honey. Different vibes. They cannot exist in the same room. They're destined to destroy one another. Cosmic Fate. Introvert gang, yes! Assemble! Or just high five across the room. That's plenty. Let me just give a quick stretch. Jesus, thank you for the stretch. I'm not sure if I did it, but if so, let's do it again. Ooh. There we go. Where's Ian? I'm just doing a 3D model. Nice. I want to learn how to do a scuffed 3D model. I just want to learn. I love learning new programs. It makes me so happy. Back layer 1. Let's go. So one thing that might make it easier is if your model has symmetrical hair. My model, however, does not. I do not have very symmetrical hair, but that's okay. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with that. It just means that I have to keep in mind how it rotates when I look left or right. So the reason I look like I'm drawing extra pieces behind and making them shapes is so that when they rotate, they don't just disappear. Like, they don't show missing pieces when I add physics, you know? All right, back to... There we go. And then the last back piece. Portal. Thanks for lurking. Did you ever check out a Fox in Space show on YouTube? No, I didn't end up looking at that, unfortunately. Last week was real chaotic. I had to make sure the model was working. I actually finished it one day before the anniversary stream. So there are some features that aren't quite there yet, but they're getting there. They're getting there. I'm a work in progress. All right, there are just about all the headpieces. Let me turn on the hair. Oh, that's a skeleton. That's what that was. Let's see. The side bang should be above the back hair. Front bang should be at the top. Side bangs. Yeah. So in case you're wondering what my hair looks like, underneath all of this wonderful model, it's this. That's what it looked like. Are you sure the R and L are on the right side around? Their hair swoops are going the opposite way. Yep. Wait. Nope. Shoot. Looks like I did it backwards. Good catch. The nice thing about this is I can just flip it and then move it over until it looks just about right. There we go. That's what happens when I flip the canvas too much. And that is actually the reason why I have the lefts and rights up here, so that I can remember if it's flipped or not. I just was zoomed in, so I forgot. Thanks, Onyx. Did you ever try? Oh, sorry, I already read that. Is this the fourth member of the barbershop quartet? Little Chibi honey, yeah, she's gonna join us. We'll all sing Bohemian Rhapsody together. I actually love Queen. I love Bohemian Rhapsody. It's a good song. All right. Let me turn on the face again. Let's turn off the hair a little bit so you can kind of see where we're at. We got the mouth mostly done with all the pieces. Let me turn them all on. There we go. Where is the mouth base? Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, the line art's on the same layer as the mouth base. Gotcha. But yeah, in case y'all are wondering what a what a cut model looks like, but not completely rigged model. So all the layers are not organized and they're not clipped onto each other. This is kind of what it looks like. This is what a work in progress looks like. Guy, you done D&D? Nice. Have you taught the class how to usurp your VTuber throne yet? Soon. Soon they'll be ready to usurp me. You'll take over. Fly, my pretties, fly. Learn, my children, and surpass them. Surpass me. Did you watch the movie of the... Oh, I haven't watched that, the Queen documentary. Well, it's not really a documentary. It's a dramatization of their lives. Haven't watched it yet. I do like Rami Malek, though. Guy, nothing too crazy in D&D, just a 12-year-old warlock living in the desert and murdering people that we now have to find a way to get to deal with ethically. That sounds like a conundrum. But yeah, so I think this is a good enough place to end it for tonight. That kind of gives you all a lot to work with. I will most likely finish up the hair off stream, so that way I can show y'all how to do the body, and we'll do the clothes next time I do this stream. I'll try to do these at least once a week. That way we can do it together, and we can kind of keep up with each other. And make sure that, like, I'm not going too fast. So this gives you some time to just do your own base model if you'd like, and maybe if you can get your own design solidified, you know? Or you can just make a test model. That's also something you can do. Good night, Echoing Sky. Take it easy. I'm just gonna go with the just chatting screen for a little bit while we cool off. But yeah, I love staring into those eyes, those beautiful peepers. There's a couple things that I have to add, such as blush and freckles, but for the most part, that's a pretty good place to start. Just to give you an idea of how to cut the model and how things should be separated for ease of motion and movement. But yeah, we're back. Tell you what, I'll bring out snack. Let's bring out. Oh shoot, I keep forgetting that hotkey, whenever I click on OBS, messes it up. That's okay. Soon, I'll be shopping for a Stream Deck probably this week, seeing if I can find any good deals. But I will make do in the meantime. Look at him. He's so cute. He's so cute. He's so cute. I love him. It's the boy. It's your boy. He's so good. Thank you for the first tutorial. Of course, there will be more. I'll be sure to upload these to YouTube. So that way, if you miss it, well, you can watch the VOD here, but it should be on YouTube fairly quick. Yeah, we won't be going over how to do this. This is a little bit advanced. It might take a little bit longer to learn how to do your own little companion, your own little boy. But we'll get the base down. We'll take care of the basics first, and then you'll probably have an idea of how to rig more things looking at other people's tutorials after getting kind of the hang on how to do basic stuff. That's some idle animation stuff. Yeah, that's idle animations. Animations are a little tricky. It took me a while to get a hold of them. But worth it. Very worth it. Here comes the boy. There he is. Bro, I just saw a trailer for the Multiverse of Madness. I'm so excited for the Multiverse of Madness. I'm so excited. I don't really know what to expect. I haven't watched many of the trailers, but like, I love Doctor Strange. The effects and just the concept of like teleporting magic, absolutely lovely. I love it. Does Piggy have a name? If not, I would throw the name Crispy Bacon. Ah, that is actually a really good name. However, his name is Snack. It's same vibes. A little less. Well, both are equally on the nose. Would it be alright if I post my drawing in Discord? Yeah, for sure. There's an Artisan Tables channel for sharing your art. Courtney, no problem. I hope the information I was sharing was very useful. You might also consider a Razer Tartarus. Won't have the CD screens and the buttons like Stream Deck, but you get a bunch of more buttons. Oh. With how many C's? Oh. It's S-N-A-K. I've been spelling it without a C, actually. It was kind of a typo at first, and I was like, that's kind of cute. We'll keep it. Less letters to get engraved onto his collar when I finally get him. Sling rings, like, seems like they'd be so helpful. Sling rings? Oh, for Doctor Strange? I've been listening to and coming back to the screen. Your model is so lively and expressive. Oh, thank you. Been working real hard. After a full year of trials and errors and just messing around in Live2D, finally kind of figured it out. Not all of it. There's still a lot to learn, but I'm pretty happy with the growth. Teresa's king. Teresa's is king. Thank you so much for the prime. Welcome. I think she's specifically looking for screens and buttons since she has so many extra hotkeys. Yeah, I have a notebook of so many hotkeys. I think there's about 20 hotkeys right now, and I have them all linked to my keyboard. It's not a great way for doing it, especially if I need to play on keyboard games. Mistakes become creative. You do learn a lot. You learn more from failure than you do success. And you learn more the more you practice and experiment. So staying in your comfort zone is good, but you improve so much faster if you get outside of it, you know? Also, his name is Will Snack. Yes. He is a pretty cute puppy. I will not deny that. He's an absolute cutie. Look at him. Look at him. He's so good. He's so good. He's so good. I'm so proud of him. He's so well behaved too. I'm so hyped for Doctor Strange since I watched No Way Home. I still haven't watched No Way Home. I still gotta watch No Way Home. There's just so much content to watch now. I can hardly keep up. Also, Helmet Helion, thank you for the earwoods. Ah. It's on put. Oh, it's on Putlocker. Can't endorse it, but I will. I'll take a gander. Like I was saying, usage of one layer for maximum failure. Emotional damp. Oh, when you draw your clean art on the rough layer, it made me want to cry. Makes me want to cry so bad. The new Thor trailer looks like so much fun. I am biased. I really like Taika Waititi's work. He's a real funny director. I love it's not Interview with a Vampire. It's What We Do in the Shadows, as well as Thor Ragnarok. Just so much fun. It looks like a great time. Imagine Snack with a straw hat and a piece of wheat in his mouth. He'd probably just eat it up. It wouldn't last very long. Wait, can you bite lip? No, I can't bite my lip. I can wheel it though. Let me see. Hey. I can do the weird mouth thing, like. I got a lot of flexibility in my mouth. Zach, thank you so much. What a way to start my day. A cute goblin and a cute boar. I love boars so much. I love them so much. Oh yeah, I can pog now. Just. Would you like some pescati? I want some pescati. I want pescati. I want spaghetti. Pescati. Honey pog, let's go. So I made a pog emote in the Discord, and I'm just like, I love it. It's so good. Y'all are incredibly talented. You do art so fast. I can hardly keep up. Who's the picky friend? He's Snack. He's here for a good time. He's here to take it easy, not stress about anything. We're here for a good time. And then we're gonna sleep. Fun, and then beddy bye time. Speaking of, let's look at someone to raid today. Poglin. Y'all are too smart. Y'all are too smart. Jummy was right. That feeling when chat funnier than you. Pug. Snack has no thoughts. Soft head full of thoughts of being bored. No. No harsh thoughts. Just soft, mellow, vibing, thinking about food. Night Llama and White. Gotta make it through the last few weeks of high school. Oh, that's exciting. I hope you have a good last couple weeks of high school. Saving up for a song reading, but since it's not there at the moment, I might just use them on random things. Yeah, go ahead. Cosmic Fake Queen, thank you for the hydrate. And Empanadas, thank you for the breathe routine. I think I got a wink now. Yeah, I can wink with both my eyes. Sweet. Enjoy the last weeks of high school while you can. Yeah, have fun. College is probably going to be fun too. I hope you're studying something you'll enjoy. No chance in one song? Nope. I actually have to take a rest on my throat. It was hurting a lot this morning. It's feeling a lot better now because I've been drinking like an insane amount of tea. I've been drinking so much tea and honey. It's a lot. It is a whole lot. But just in case, I'm not gonna risk it until Friday. My voice should be better by Friday. But yeah, I'm gonna take it easy. I was working 18-hour days trying to get the model done for the past like 2-ish weeks. So I'm gonna take a little break. Like, not actually gonna take a break from streaming, but I'm gonna take it easy on my wrists, on my voice, and then I'm still gonna stream about 3 times a week. Take it easy. Honey drinks honey, is it cannibalism? No. To be honest, when I first saw Snack, I almost screamed because he's too adorable. Me too. When I first saw him moving, he was so adorable. It was so good. Oh, man. I love this little guy. He took so much work, but I'm so happy with how he turned out. So lucky. Let's see. Let's go visit. Ooh. Here's someone I haven't rated before. I really like the model. Very, very cursed model currently. They are playing Elden Ring. So do keep in mind that if you are going to watch, there may be spoilers, because I'm looking at it right now and it looks like there's actually a really final boss right now. So just heads up. Let's go with... Are you gonna... You gonna ride him like a mount when he's fully grown? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get him to pull my cart around. Honey, imagine if Honey and Snack switch places. Don't give me ideas. Don't give me any ideas. But all right. Let's do a study raid. That's a good idea, Gecko. Thank you. Well, if I could copy it. There we go. This is Snack's stream now. He's taken over for however much longer we're on the stream. This is his stream now. I don't own this stream anymore. My lessons are done. He's ready to go. Let me just... So we're going over to Sulkaya. I like their model. It's very, very good. I will release the schedule tomorrow. Gonna take it easy until then. Remember, it's still the beginning of the week, so pace yourselves. I hope y'all have fun Hope y'all had fun tonight. I will be streaming more of this fairly soon, probably on Monday, and they'll probably get the outfit going. But keep in mind, tomorrow I will be posting the poll to see what outfits you would like to see on the Chibi model. So keep an eye out for that. You need that? No, I'm not gonna eat this boy. I'm not gonna eat him. No, we can't eat my boy. No way, we're not doing that. Just look at him, he's so good. He's too cute. No eat. He's an emergency snack only, but it's not an emergency, so we're good. It's not an emergency, we don't need to eat him. It's fine. But what if I want to think? I don't know. Go foraging for some nuts or something. No, I can't cook him. But yeah, I hope y'all had a really good time. Jeez, thank you for the posture check. Nice. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna get some rest. Y'all take it easy. I'll see you soon, okay? Good night.